Ahoy, landlubbers, it's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. And welcome to another Raincode stream. This time is Friday, November the 17th. And let me say right now that next week is American Thanksgiving, which I'd specify only because we're quasi-international here. And as a result, next weekend, no streams. So please be aware of that. And maybe spend time with your family, or just, like, order a pizza. But in the meantime, we're going to play some Raincode. Now, last week, we continued with and ultimately concluded Fubuki Clockford's case. I call it that because you can sort of identify the cases in this game by whoever your partner is. That's true, you could also order your family a pizza, or you could just call them a pizza. Like when you call someone a cab and then you do that extremely bad old joke. Sometimes it's funny. Actually, it's not. I don't think it's ever been funny, but that doesn't stop me or other people from occasionally making that same joke. So we've been working with Fubuki Clockford, who has the forte to turn back time. And we started last week not super far into the Mystery Labyrinth with her. Ultimately, I feel like the excursion into the Mystery Labyrinth was quite short, and that had something to do with the fact that that case wasn't... you can chime in if you feel differently. I feel like that case was not very interesting, ultimately. Like, I feel like all the interesting stuff about that case, I figured out pretty mostly what was going on early on, and I was like, so when's that twist coming? Because, like, the other cases have been pretty good about, like, you come in with a general sense and you learn something, and that surprises you, and it sort of propels you or whatever. But, like, I felt like by the time, like, we were basically, like, 98% through the Mystery Labyrinth, and then they were like, oh, and the twist was, get ready for it, it was motivated by a small quantity of money. And I'm like, that's the big reveal? It was very stupid. Anyway, yes, we did solve the mystery, which was basically that obviously Shachi did not commit suicide, he was murdered, and then Waluigi found a pretty wild escape route that was largely inconsequential to everything, only because it had to be something really stupid in order to make it so he was obviously the only real suspect for it. And yeah, so we escaped the Mystery Labyrinth, and then the game aptly pointed out the fact that unlike... every time we've left the Mystery Labyrinth, the game's just sort of like, and here is where we gloss over the fact that nothing you do in the Mystery Labyrinth actually changes the reality of how dangerous your situation is in the real world. But this time they were sort of like, oh, but, like, I don't, the guy who did the crime isn't here to die suddenly and under mysterious circumstances, which somehow means that you're still in danger. And I'm like, that's always been true. But okay. But it turned out alright, because all the people who we thought might have died in that submarine explosion just showed up with the culprit and a still alive witness in order to clear us of all charges. But then, when we thought we were scot-free, Yomi Hellsmile showed up. And he was like, alright, I've decided to arrest you based on the grounds that I'm in charge. And I don't really need a reason, because I'm in charge. And then the masked guy, whose name is it's made of syllables that sound like a Japanese name I'll never remember. He literally floated in on like a hot air balloon, like some kind of adventurer, and was like, okay, I've decided that I'm gonna pull rank here because I'm technically sort of in charge, so you have to go home now. And then we stopped because the stream was running long. But, like... there was a lot of nonsense, even for an anime game and even for Raincode. But, as I was saying before we got started, basically anything could happen next. So I think that just about brings us up to speed. Before we switch over, thank you to everyone for the hype train. As you can probably see in the little chat bar there. We got up to a hype train with so many people. Please enjoy this... fantastic. Oh, one more thing, I guess. Oh no, my mouse cursor drifted onto the weird Windows widget. Let's do this, I guess. Okay, we're here. Hello. Should probably bring up yonder game. I think I have this set up so that continue will bring us to where we belong. So that we can play Raincoat. But the reason I'm not sure is because I did get the much requested...
He's talking way too long, and none of it sounds true at all!
Which was Karumi Wendy's observation upon Makoto, as someone has reminded me in chat, and I will forget in 5 seconds. He tried to give us his life story, but it was actually several fake life stories, and she eventually just cuts him off, saying precisely...
He's talking way too long, and none of it sounds true at all!
So I think that's all correctly set up. I think I tested that. You can, that's yours now. You enjoy that. I feel like that's gonna be a really good reaction because, as I said, like immediately after hearing it for the first time, like that's just a response you could give to like basically anything.
Way too long, and none of it sounds true at all.
I mean, what's great is like you can use that when I'm talking for too long, or when I play any anime video game, because inevitably that will also be true. This I think is correct. It's a really long cutscene. It was surprisingly inconvenient to get that, despite the fact that the game did autosave in such a fashion that I could retrieve it without having to replay like fully half of the mystery labyrinth, which I was briefly concerned would be true. Do you like how I was able to go through that entire spiel and still have, like, 90 seconds or something of loading screen? As I've mentioned recently, it feels like the more we play this game, the more out of hand the loading screens get.
Seems like a lot
I don't feel like there's a good reason.
The look on your face has changed. Did you get taller?
No, I just added more fiber to my diet, and I'm less constipated. Either that or I'm happy to see it. Sometimes I confuse those two emotions within myself.
I doubt I could grow taller in such a short time, but a lot has happened.
I mean, if you eat all your vegetables, I don't know, maybe.
Are you really the CEO of Amaterasu, sir?
We did learn, it was sort of implied through some things that have already happened that Makoto, Mask Man, had some level of authority within Amaterasu. We learned specifically last week that he is the alleged CEO of Amaterasu, and that feels super weird, so I'm gonna let the game run with this, but my immediate response to that is like, that sure seems to confuse any previously understood motivations.
No need for formalities. Call me Makoto. And yes, it's true.
That means you're the top-ranking person at Amaterasu Corporation, right?
I guess you could put it that way.
I thought he worked there, but who could have guessed he was so high up the ladder?
You said you wanted to stop the Peacekeepers, but don't you have the authority to dismiss them yourself?
I'm glad we're asking this question right away. I don't feel like I could assume that this game would do that. Sometimes it gets a little
A
weird.
company isn't that simple. One careless act, and I'd be the one dismissed. The power in Amaterasu Corporation is currently imbalanced and very fragile.
Okay, now, that argument seems to make sense if you're like a publicly traded company and you're answering to like shareholders. But like, it seems wildly unlikely to me that Amaterasu is that type of company, because it seems difficult for me to imagine them, like, unilaterally having the authority to lock off Kanai Ward from the world if they have to answer to shareholders. At the very least, shutting off the entire rest of the world as potential consumers for... What does Amaterasu make? What as a company do they do again? Does someone remember this? It's been a long time. I think it was mentioned on the train. Did they just say something big like they do everything? I feel like they said something like that.
At this rate, it won't be long until they control everything, besides me.
Okay.
I see.
No, don't say I see. Chief export is corruption. I feel like that's incidental. I feel like that's like a byproduct.
If you want to strike the Peacekeepers, you must gather all the firepower you can and take them out in a single shot.
But they have the missiles. I don't have any missiles. I don't even have a submarine anymore.
Anything less will be like cutting off a lizard's tail. Yomi is the Peacekeeper's heart and brain. He'll be unscathed.
You, like, immediately mix that metaphor.
If I could gather evidence of his evil actions, I'd declare his exile publicly for the world to see.
Now, I know that I brought this on myself. We've reached a point in the game where we can pretty reliably just, like, wait out a Flintstones loop, which I enjoy on some level. By which I mean, we've been walking past the entrance to the one hotel in the Kamasaki district, just, like, repeatedly here. Which does remind me that also near the end of last week's stream, we kept passing a sign that said gardening, which is like the word gardening, but if you replace the I at the end with another N, so it just has several N's in a row.
In any case, you can speak to me when you require help. I'll run to your aid with my awesome hot air balloon. Or shall I say fly?
That's not a joke.
The Peacekeepers may have me beat in numbers, but my love for Kanai Ward rivals them.
Right.
I also don't know how to respond to that.
Well, I'll excuse myself now.
But hey, hold on! There's still more we need to go over.
I'm sorry, but it's time for prayer. I pray for Kanai Ward's peace across all districts.
Well, he says that like something about physically praying in the districts changes something. I'm not totally convinced he knows how prayer works. In response to that flying joke. Oh, you're just trying to get on his good side on account of all the corruption in that corporation.
I pray each hour of the day, so I am rather busy. I must hurry back.
I mean, not to get bogged down in details again, but like, you're the CEO of the company. You seem to act against the interests of the peacekeepers on a pretty regular basis. Now you're saying you spend like most of your time like praying around town? Do you do anything as a CEO? I mean, granted, I would kind of also ask that question of like a seemingly high percentage of real life CEOs, but like, yeah, you know what? I just withdraw that.
He doesn't intend on taking us seriously.
Oh,
CEOs
by
can
the
be
way,
we
Yeah,
should probably.
check out where your agency used to be.
Did you leave me a new submarine? Sir says hashtag thoughts and prayers. Yeah, actually, that does seem pretty apt because he's like, I'm in charge of the company that's ruined this town. I want the town to be better, so I'll pray about it. It's like, no, but like, you're in charge, though. Like, this is just one of those things where, like, whoever wrote at least this component of the story and I are just not on the same page. Like, they want to just be like, just don't worry about it. He just can't do it. And I'm like, no, but he's in charge of the company. And you haven't really established a viable threat to him remaining in charge. You're like, oh, but like they'll oust him as CEO. Who is they? Is it them from Sam and Max? Who are one of my favorite villains of all time? Anime says, started playing Alan Wake. It's nice and spooky, although I am a month late for Spooky Month. I really did enjoy the first Alan Wake. The second one came out relatively recently, right? I have not played that. I feel like if I ever played Alan Wake again, I would like not... I'd play it on like the easier difficulty. Only because, as I've said many times before, I'm not a big fan of survival horror stuff. I really enjoyed the story and atmosphere of Alan Wake. It was like just difficult enough to like consistently annoy me and take me out of the story. But Alan Wake is pretty great. Yeah, I mean, exactly, Sarah. Like, it's not like we've established that he's some sort of figurehead. Like, he's like a face for the populace because they like him, but he doesn't actually have authority. As far as we know, he's like properly CEO. which would mean that he should be operating things, but instead he acts like a figurehead by praying and hoping things go better.
Huh? Why?
It's a surprise.
Sounds kinda shady, but I guess I can play along. We have nowhere to go right now anyway.
Where have they been hanging out for, like, seemingly like a full day or something at this point? I mean, Fubuki started an entire new life as a barista. But, like, all the others just kind of, like, I don't know what they did. They took a nap on a bench or something? They weren't even at the hotel. It's weird that the case, like, makes you go to the hotel to rule that out as a possibility. Yep, he made a new submarine somehow. Not shocked.
Kidding me? It's completely back to normal.
His cursed powers have conjured a submarine.
Can we just, like, start over the whole game and just to have, like, Fubuki be our ally forever? I mean, that's just so good. That's really good.
Whoa! My agency! My...
I can't be genuinely happy about this. It may be bugged to eavesdrop on us.
Is my beautiful bed of peace and quiet still there?
No, it's the one thing that changed, Vivian.
If not, then let me die.
I mean, that's your answer to everything, in fairness. Homunculus! You know, it's a shame. We sort of entered into that, like, meandering nonsense case under the premise that if we help place those cameras, then Shachi would tell us about homunculi, and then he sort of got murdered. So that just didn't happen. We did also last week really escalate the relationship between ourselves and Kurumi Wendy, who I guess is now
Chief,
just like
there's a letter here.
de facto part of the team.
Looks like it's from Makoto.
Now, I don't know if this has occurred to anyone else, but, like, yeah, as I said, like, in no way am I surprised that the submarine was restored / replaced by the cursed powers of the CEO of Amaterasu. But you have to take a moment to appreciate the lunacy that, like, all these, like, loose notes and photographs and bulletin boards all appear to have been faithfully recreated from exactly the way that they appeared before the submarine was exploded with a missile. Like, even if they had previously been, like, surveilling the narcoleptic detective agency or whatever we're called, like, that's an unreasonable level of detail. Like, I just don't know why you would go to that trouble. Furthermore, like, why did Yakko have all of that?
Stronger than my mom.
Cause, like, it's not like he's been solving crimes. He's been, like, under the thinnest of veils. He's basically been like, I just don't want the peacekeepers to murder me, so I kind of just been eating meat buns and living on a submarine for a long time.
Let's see what it says.
To the detectives of the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Yeah, that one.
This is my gift to you for solving this case. It is proper payment for your work, so please accept it. The souls of Kanai Ward's residents are with you. Their war carries on. I have high hopes for you all. From the highest points in Kanai Ward, with love, Makoto Kagutsuchi.
High hopes? Why would the CEO of Amaterasu say that about us? Well, he did ask us to accept this, so I guess we'll take the submarine.
It'd be rude not to take the submarine, frankly.
He must be planning to manipulate us in the power struggle for the company. Ugh, this will come at a high price.
I don't know. The game is framing it so that she's supposed to sound kind of ridiculous, but, like, I don't think we could trust that guy, even though he's definitely been on our side so far. It just says, I assume his powers are like a localized version of Fubuki's, where he can turn back time in an area, restoring the ship. I mean, that would certainly answer it. You know, specifically, I have reason to think that he has a forte. He's not a detective. Again, that relationship is a little murky. But it could be the case, as they have established that, like, forte powers can, like, appear in some form even without the training of the WDO.
Also, he had an odd face for someone who is supposedly a CEO.
So for those of you who are, like, familiar with, like, tabletop role-playing games, you know, sometimes there are abilities that, like, let you set, like, a die result, so you don't always have to roll a die to see what happens. I feel like Fubuki's perception is, like, at a default, like, 3 on, like, a d20. She just, like, doesn't even bother rolling. She's like, yeah, I'll just take the flat 3 and add nothing to it.
No, that was clearly a mask.
A mask? What is that?
Where do I even begin? Yuma, you take care of this.
The servants call me Dummy Thick.
Yeah, they do.
I'll explain it. Fubuki, so a mask is...
Ruby Wendy is too easygoing.
Wait, why did you follow us here? Don't you know this is our top secret detective agency?
You got blown up by a missile. There ain't nothing secret about this place no more. Also, it's kind of just been here with its door presumably open for who knows how long since the last time anyone checked this
Don't
place.
sweat the small stuff. Besides, an informant is practically a detective anyway. Right, Yuma?
Huh?
I love you.
You gotta be kidding me. You two still have the hots for each other.
Why would that have changed? Yasuhiko's like... I mean, calling him a hopeless romantic is clearly inaccurate, but, like, hopelessly pursuing women. How does this basic concept elude him? Is he truly that stupid? No, don't answer that.
I guess it's fine. I support you. You're a fully Desuhiko approved couple.
That sounds like a curse.
Wait,
He's just straight hopeless. You're definitely right, Sarah. So now it seems like we're at the precipice of learning whether we're cute and or a couple.
I won't allow it! Master is far too young for this!
What is his age? Tell me his age, game! It's implied that she told us how much she loves us or something. Ah, I see.
Oh, I just remembered. When I was watching from above, a resident said something that was rather concerning.
You said above again. What does that even mean?
Sorry, Yuma. I'm so tired I don't want to talk more than I need to.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's focus on the important information. What did you hear that concerned you?
It's about that homunculus research.
Nani? Well, I'd say it's weird to bring that up only now, but at the same time, not exactly sure when he would have brought it up that would make sense. It's been a long time since I've been able to get, like, free detective points, and I still haven't gotten my score for that last mystery labyrinth, which will definitely be tanked by taking a big bomb explosion straight to the face.
Hmm? Weren't you?
Weren't you supposed to talk to Vivia? No, man. Why is it possible to talk to people?
What is that again? Some kind of cow?
Flat 3.
No, they're the immortal monsters that Amaterasu Corporation was researching.
Oh, I vaguely recall discussions about that. I had nearly forgotten after today's grand adventure.
You know, it's only just occurred to me that, like, most of the team have only, like, an outerwear outfit with, like, a hood presumably because it constantly rains in the city. But only, like, the boss and us, and I guess arguably Karumi Wendy have, like, a second look that's just, like, the outfit you would wear under your outerwear.
I wonder what information he got.
The resident
I don't understand why
is
even give me
an
control
old
there.
man. He used to work for Amaterasu Corporation.
Is it Margalaw?
According to him, something happened 10 years ago.
Very descriptive. Good start.
Amaterasu set up a secret lab somewhere in Kanai Ward to conduct their homunculus research.
Or Instundiga.
That lab still exists. Somewhere.
A secret lab for homunculus research?
As opposed to the publicly funded homunculus research lab, which just didn't get very good results.
That sounds super shady. It's exactly what we're looking for.
So she likes that Vivia's outfit is just a jacket over a black bandage. Yeah, I mean, that. I feel like someone on the team had to have that specific style of anime look.
Looks like we need to search for that lab to figure out Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Very well. I shall personally go and find the secret lab. I'll help too. After all, I am Kanai Ward's greatest informant.
All right. Karumi, I need you to keep the reins on Yuma so he doesn't get in trouble again.
That's definitely not gonna work. I understand why you're asking this, and on some level it makes sense, but I'm gonna cut you off there. That's not gonna work for various reasons.
You got it. Now, let's go investigate, Yuma.
They're holding hands.
Hey!
You don't have my permission for this, you know.
That's really all the information he got? I mean, in the scheme of things, I'm not terribly impressed.
I see. So, that's the cursed Book of Death. It's dangerous.
Well, I didn't see
Very
Shinigami eating an apple.
dangerous. So dangerous, it could destroy Kanai Ward, or even the world.
Oh no, he's standing up. What on earth?
I must do something.
I don't. How am I supposed to take the game seriously?
Sure.
He just stood up and extended an X-Acto knife and was like, alright, time to go.
Sure.
I don't understand this game's grading system at all. I hit rank 24, and I haven't looked at my skill tree in a minute. I should probably do that. Yeah, I should also probably do that, huh? What is the recent save that I have? Grief. Yeah, I should be saving a little more than I am, huh? Isn't that interesting? When does it normally change over the character portrait and name for the next chapter? I would have expected it that. Maybe I haven't been paying close enough attention. Not that it's a super significant detail.
No!
I just, like... I don't know how to react to that, because, like, having Vivia get up and, like, take a stance is like, oh, that's, like, kind of dramatic, because he's, like, so established to be lazy. But then his, like, follow-up move of just, like, extending an X-Acto knife, I'm like, what? You're gonna, like, open your package from Amazon? What's...
The past that should have been completely sealed. The crime that should have been completely sealed. When that gate opens up, the past will have its revenge on the future.
That's a thing to say.
Eventually, after a restful slumber,
What's
the end of the world arrives.
Revolutionary Girl Utna.
The end of the world I believed in.
He's talking way too long, and none of it sounds true at all.
Agreed. Perfect insight. I mean, I feel like there's quite a lot of spoiler for what's to come in that little glimpse of what the next case is presumably about.
Nothing good over on that end, huh? Oh, does this secret lab actually exist?
If you were gonna find it in like a matter of hours, it would not be a very good secret lab, huh? Like, I don't know what you expected. But then again, I don't know what I expected. I feel like I should have expected you not to expect something that makes sense. I should have known that you would know, that I would know, that you knew all along. Hey, nice buddy, welcome to the stream. How's it going?
I've done the legwork. I haven't found a single piece of information.
I've done the legwork, but I haven't even begun looking for the secret lab. Maybe I should have been doing that instead of all the legwork. Although, got some slim-looking calves, huh?
Maybe the anemic vampire was just talking nonsense.
The servants call me Dummy Thick.
Very good.
Sheesh, I'm starting to get worried.
You know, at the rate we're going, we'll eventually have one of these responses for every situation. And then we'll have our own, like, Chants of Sonar-style secret language.
Don't worry. Though I was suspicious at first, I can now say for certain that it does exist.
Giraffe.
Huh? Why's that?
After the incident with the Resistance, former Amaterasu employees have completely vanished from town. Perhaps they sensed trouble and went into hiding. Or perhaps they were taken by the Peacekeepers.
I mean, the Peacekeepers don't really seem to value human life even, like, a small amount, so, like, I have no difficulty believing that they're just, like, indiscriminately killing people.
In either case, they could have provided us with valuable information. Without them, we're farther from the truth.
I would argue that we are exactly as far away from the truth, because they would have brought us closer to the truth, but them being gone doesn't somehow give us less information than we already had.
However, looking at
Except
it
pretty
another
little cute
way,
people.
it's safe to assume there's someone behind the scenes, attempting to conceal the secret lab.
Shh, secret lab.
Someone... like Amaterasu Corporation?
If that's the case, then all our sources of information
No dialogue at
are
all.
lost. So how do we continue searching for this secret lab?
Shh, secret lab.
To find what you're looking for, you must first discard all your assumptions. If it's not here, then it must be over there. Remove such thoughts from your head. Once you do that, there's only one thing left to do, and that is the best course of action.
So Kurumi, Wendy, and I are gonna go make out in the back of the submarine? Is that what you're suggesting?
Which is...
In short, you do everything. You scour it all, one by one.
That's a rather simple way to view things.
I don't need a map to get to Bonetown.
That is the way of the detective. The only time things should be flashy is when it comes time for you to die.
Not sure I quite agree with that or like the tone.
Discard all assumptions. Alright. Maybe it's somewhere
Head empty,
we would
no
least
thoughts.
expect it to be.
Maybe it's where we most expect it to be.
What is it, Kurumi? Did you think of something?
Do you know about the restricted area on the outskirts of Kanai Ward?
No, and if I don't know that, I don't know how that could be a place where I wouldn't expect it to be. I feel like the setup of, like, maybe it's somewhere we wouldn't expect it to be is, like, it's, like, actually in the Amaterasu headquarters or something.
Restricted area?
Yeah, even the Peacekeepers don't go near it. It's completely isolated.
It's crazy radiated.
Since no one can enter there, I figured there'd be nothing of note in that area.
I mean, that seems like a weird assumption to draw, but okay.
In other words, it's the best possible place to hide something, right?
But the radiation that I made up.
Super suspicious.
It's in the place we didn't know it could be. Yeah, like, right, Sarah? I feel like this whole conversation is quite ridiculous. They're like, you can't take an obvious approach to this. Like, it must be something that defies our expectations. And then they're like, well, I made something up. Maybe that's it. Like, when they say discard all assumptions, they mean just, like, make up an idea and see if it's true? I feel like that's a completely different type of reasoning.
But why does a restricted area even exist?
Presumably because of the highly sensitive secret lab. This isn't that hard.
No one knows the exact reason why, but there is a rumor. Supposedly, it was a tiny village that was abandoned due to a toxic gas leak from a nearby mine.
Why do people live in Kanai Ward? This place is terrible. There's like a whole district of the city that just flooded, and they're like, I don't know. I mean, they're too poor to do anything about it, so it's floodland now. And then there's like a whole district at the edge of this already like small city isolated from the edge of the world. And they're like, yeah, there's like a super toxic gas leak that like killed all the inhabitants or something. So, yeah, I don't know. Everyone's just too poor. Please buy all our products though, whatever they are.
Then, the whole area has been restricted.
Let me ask you this. Is there like a small theme park with like a carousel that like ate a cell phone or something? Just asking for a friend who's investigating some Somnium Files.
Due to toxic gas.
However, there are lots of rumors about the restricted area. For example, they even say it's a corpse disposal facility where bodies from Kanai Ward are dumped off.
That might as well be true. It's gotta be happening somewhere.
Bodies are being dumped there?
Hey Yuma, did you know about the secret lab district? I was thinking maybe the secret lab would be there.
I'm going to assume that's false. Seems to be in the same vein as ghost stories and urban legends. Still, this restricted area is certainly worth looking into.
Also a great point, Ditto. I mean, considering all this non-stop rain, we might be adjacent to a park that has a carousel and a boy named Sean!
Very well. I'll take care of it.
Huh? You will? You're not asking to be paid first?
Don't ask for homework, Yuma. What's wrong with you?
I've taken this job from the World Detective Organization. I'll bill all expenses to them.
Okay.
Isn't that great, Master? You won't go further into debt.
I was growing tired of the legwork. Extracting information from people is miserable for me. I'll handle the restricted area. You take over the legwork. Keep asking around for more information.
Like, someone at some point is going to have to define exactly what we mean by legwork and whether or not it violates Twitch terms of service. And I'm only asking because everyone is shipping Yuma and Kurumi, like, really hard.
Now that that's taken care of, let's be quick. I won't allow time to be wasted.
In what way could we waste time with an open-ended task like legwork?
Stay safe.
You as well.
Yeah, for some reason I'm thinking like the Scooby-Doo gang, and like Fred and Daphne are like hanging out with the group. They're like, all right, you guys investigate the haunted castle. Daphne and I will get to the legwork in the mystery machine. Also, don't look for anything in the mystery machine for a while.
Halara is so cool. Such an awesome detective.
Hey, Master. The Flatty's swooning. Halara's gonna steal your girl.
Is this the reason why we made Halara like vaguely non-binary before? Are we gonna make some awful joke now? I mean, this is already kind of a bad joke, but is it gonna get worse?
I can't blame her for admiring Halara. I'll admit, I have nothing to offer. Halara outshines me in every way.
Oh boy. I'd make a joke, but this is roughly the level of confidence I have as a person, so I got that going for me.
Why do you sound so proud?
Yuma, let's keep up
So
the legwork.
incredibly stupid.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Let's do the legwork.
Why did you stop all of a sudden?
Because of that really suspicious little gremlin creature that just ran by in an ill-fitting raincoat.
That man just now.
You know him? Is he a peacekeeper?
Only this 12-year-old adult would see that small, hunched-over figure and be like, that's definitely a man.
No, that's
not like a
quite
child
it.
or something weird.
Last time I saw him, he fled after seeing my face.
We've seen that gremlin before? Who remembers the gremlin?
Huh? Why?
I think the first time I saw him was back when I arrived in the city.
I don't think I remember this at all.
Yet it seems like he knows me. Otherwise, that reaction back then wouldn't make sense.
I don't know, maybe the Taco Bell just hit him all of a sudden. You never know.
Could he have something to do with my past? Kurumi, please wait right here. I'm going to chase after him.
Please wait here alone in the dangerous city. I'm sure you'll be fine. Hey, thanks, bye.
Wait! I'll go too!
There he is.
Does he work at the stand?
Hey, you open today?
Yes, welcome.
I wasn't sure if I liked your ramen at first, but it's strangely addictive.
Why is it that the ramen shop owner and the ramen shop customer both have, like, unnatural, quasi-rabbit-like features where, like, no other character in this game works that way? It's definitely not a man, let's clarify that. I mean, it could be a masculine version of whatever it is, but, like, man is sort of meant to imply, like, human being, which it isn't. Relatives of Oda's dad. No, I mean, they're bad, but, like, they're not... I don't know, it's a different kind of upsetting that hits different, for me at least. But, like, this was not where I saw it today going.
Thank you. It's all due to my research of people's preferences in this city.
Mysterious market research ramen salesman.
Oh, so you're working hard then?
I just wanted to let you all know, in case you weren't paying attention, the person in the foreground who's not speaking in this conversation, their jacket's getting 3 bars of signal. That's pretty impressive considering the weather.
Yeah, I felt confident about the flavor, but no one was willing to try it at first.
Oh, I absolutely need you to say that it's like something horrid. Just like really casually say that it's just, I don't even know what.
So then I tried copying those popular meat buns, but people saw right through it. Less and less customers came by. But after some self-reflection and some research, I've finally gotten it to where it is now.
So the secret ingredients to your success are hard work and sweat.
That's the taste. It's sweat. It's inhuman rabbit man sweat.
That's very kind of you.
It's got rats in it.
You might even get more popular than those meat buns. Eating
No.
ramen here fills me with joy.
No, it fills you with sweat. You're mistaken.
Thank you.
Secret recipe are these beautiful cubes I get from Yomi. I mean, I wouldn't put it past this game at all.
It's just a conversation with the customer at a ramen place. Doesn't seem that suspicious.
What about that wasn't suspicious?
Yeah. Shinigami, does that guy look familiar to you? I feel like he has something to do with my past.
Isn't she kind of obligated not to answer that question, honestly?
Nope, don't know him.
Really?
I'm not lying. If I'm lying, I'll do a handstand while naked.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Practically naked already.
I mean, in ghost form, you're kind of just wearing a crown, but like...
Kurumi, sorry for making you come with me. Looks like I was mistaken.
But if there's something you want to know, maybe you should ask directly. You might find something out.
Ah, superliminal style investigation. You there, Ratman, do you know me?
No, I think I'm okay. Don't want to get in the way of his business.
Sarah says, we need some more lies, quick! It kind of reminds me, I don't know, something recently got me thinking about just, like, the overall quality of, like, the Somnium Files stories in both the original and Nirvana Initiative, and how, like, even though, you know, I feel like I've said forever that I feel like the first game has a lot of great ideas, but is kind of, like, deeply flawed in its execution. I feel like you have to give credit where it's due. The end of that game is really good. Like, it just hits those dramatic beats and that big dramatic moment in the confrontation, like, really well. And then I was thinking about that just, like, miserable, like, confrontation at, like, the sports stadium, and how, like, every 5 seconds something that happened that made me, like, more and more depressed. Like, every time they tried to add something to make that cooler, it just made me more upset. Until, like, eventually something outrageously, cartoonishly stupid happened, and then the game kind of just ends, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Those games both have some stuff going on, but I feel like, for my money, the first Somnium Files game was a lot closer to what I want. I mean, we still haven't hit the like, 3D graphics visual novel game that's actually doing exactly what I want, which is kind of just be like a solid game that's not completely unhinged.
Anyway, let's continue with the legwork.
Seriously, did I miss a memo? We just keep saying legwork. And given the context, I'm just getting more and more suspicious that it doesn't mean legwork.
Well, if you're okay with it, Yuma.
And the way she said that also makes me think we're not talking about legwork.
Alright, let's do
Alright, I guess if we're gonna do legwork, I know a vacant alley.
Time to ask around about the secret lab.
And then the immediate next line is just like, alright, let's do this, as they go into a secluded area. I really don't think legwork has anything to do with solving a mystery.
Yeah, let's go!
This game isn't on that short list of games you just absolutely can't play on Twitch, right? I know this list exists, I've seen it before.
Alright, time to do some legwork!
Oh, it's downstairs. Okay. It's like there's no one to talk to in the space where I'm supposed to talk to someone. You look like you have one of those, like, Dr. Medical kits from Star Trek The Next Generation that are, like, almost never practically used, but they put them in all the, like, Next Generation action figure playsets. Way to date me and seem cool. Good work, Vasco. And it says, I assume legwork involves following no leads while Halar has at least a direction to go. No, that doesn't sound right at all. Because that just sounds like a normal thing that we might do as detectives, and with the way we keep saying it, I'm just certain that's not it. Huh? Hey, guess what? I just heard the most amazing rumor. We are like freaking out about this rumor we haven't heard anything about. Oh my god, a rumor? Would it happen to be about a secret lab? What? No. I heard that the lady down the block is cheating on her husband. Isn't that so interesting? No, I want a secret lab, or maybe some legwork. Oh, hey, look. A memory shard. Just hanging out. I've been here before? It's like the resistance messed up. Of course those jerks didn't change a thing. Let's talk to someone else. Well, it was worth 5... Oh, that reminds me. That's not the menu button, apparently. Oh, yeah, there's probably requests now, huh? We have to be doing side quests. What am I doing? Let me look at my abilities. Skills. Oh, I have 6 points. That's more points than I thought I had. I'm not sure anything that's left is good. I gotta tell, just like none of the things in the Shinigami pinup pirate game actually seem like good bonuses at all. Because like I never used the like barf up keys thing because it takes up too much time out of the very little time I have. And the other things are like slow down the barrel so much that it like gives you a migraine. Yeah, I mean, I guess reducing reasoning, like doing anything to make reasoning deathmatch a little easier is probably good. It's just that, like, the issue I have with reasoning deathmatches is usually that, like, the thing I'm supposed to interact with isn't obvious, and then I get mad that I have to spend, like, a whole bunch more time waiting for everything to come back around again. I don't, like, it's relatively rare that I get tricked by, like, the wrong solution key. Anyway, I might as well acquire this. Equip the skill. Yeah. I presume I have memory for it. Yeah, I mean, I don't strongly feel as though I need anything else, so at this point it's just gravy. Maybe I don't have to spend so much time looking at everything, but gotta maximize that DP for the legwork. All these things I'm saying are game words. No one can be upset about. This is like where we met Kurumi, isn't it? Why do I not remember passing that weird corner where the gossip lady was like hanging out next to a memory shard? Try touching the TV monitor. Why? Maybe you'll get sucked inside. There's no way that would happen. We already played that game this year. And it isn't this game. It's Little Nightmares. Why is that word DP? Okay, I just want to clarify that I can't actually talk to this man, but if you walk up to this guy sitting on like a preschool kid's stool next to like an unopened bottle of beer, he just says, "Peacekeepers did this," and I can't get any more information about what that means.
Sure ain't easy watching over some rookie detective.
Why can't I look at this pipe? Do I have an option to look at this pipe from the other side?
Hey!
How do I know it's clogged by looking at it?
I'm sure.
Pipes everywhere you look in the city. Guess all the pipes are necessary given how much drainage is needed for the endless rain. It's called heavy rain, and we all know this. Yeah, there's more people down here and everything. Huh? What is it? I don't know if this is intentional, but I feel like when we're talking to these people, both Yuma and Kurumi both act like they're aliens who've never interacted with a person before and are in like full panic mode trying to pretend like they're humans. Don't talk to me. I'll beat you up, man.
No.
You better not talk to this guy. Still worth 5 points.
This place.
I think that's everything on this floor that I care about. Is this a staircase up? I think it is. I think I vaguely know where this goes. Yes, that's where I thought it went, but had no immediate way to describe it. Excuse me, I'd like to ask you something. Have you heard about a secret lab? We aren't... I don't know if we're a worse detective or if Kurumi is a worse informant, but this is... It is... I'm really struggling to comprehend how we could be this bad about trying to find a secret lab. Yeah, right? Like, let's not forget that this is the town where, like, if people find out you're a detective, first they'll be like, what's a detective? And then when they find out, they'll, like, immediately call the peacekeepers to, like, gun you down. Sounds familiar, or, like, maybe not? Does anything come to mind? Anything at all? I think I saw a movie once with a similar title. It was a comedy about stupid scientific experiments.
You're actually doing the legwork.
Are we? Is this legwork? Some karate appears to be happening. Let me buy a drink. I need it after this day. I've apparently already done this. Alright. So that goes up to the roof or whatever. But there's someone back here. Of course, I hope I can be
That's
of
what
assistance. Do you know anything about the secret lab? The secret lab? I'm sorry, but I don't think I've heard of it before. I see, thank you very much!
More lovely fragrances today.
Can I have meat buns?
Master?
Gonna eat some meat buns? Yeah, let's eat some meat buns. Let's have a meat bun together with Kurumi.
Then...
The nice aroma of meat. Got those meat smells. It does have a unique flavor. I ate it all, but I don't really like it. I don't know why I expected something different. I guess maybe because Kurumi was here, I thought something interesting could happen. No, I'm going the wrong way. I was following the correct path in my mind by looking at the map, but I forget that the map doesn't rotate, and so I sometimes just go completely the wrong direction. So it's indicating this person is on the same level as us, so we should not go up to find them. Hello. Need something from me? Do you know anything about a secret lab? Beats me, doesn't ring a
Thank you very
bell.
much.
Are we going to a new district or something? I'm not sure why a loading screen would be necessary. Given that all we did is, like, talk to a few people who didn't want to outwardly tell us about a secret lab of incredible importance or whatever. Gonna get some
I
poppins.
guess talking to people around town doesn't yield much info.
Now when you're asking about, like, classified government secrets...
We've been walking since the morning. I'm so
Me too. My legs are so stiff.
But you don't even have legs. Skull joke. Oh, also there's a peacekeeper, like, right there. Watch him face through our ghost. Oh, he
But
skirted
you're
her slightly.
flying. It's about to get dark, so let's just call it a day and return to the agency.
Wait, are you sure?
Huh?
There's no need
We could
to
do some more legwork.
if that's your intention.
There's
still one more place to go, right?
Where's that?
The place with that masked guy. Isn't he the CEO of Amaterasu Corporation? Maybe you'll find the answer if you ask him. That's what you were thinking too, right, Yuma?
Yes. Definitely I too was thinking that.
Were you thinking of not bringing me with you because it's too dangerous? I'm the city's best informant. I know my way around dangerous stuff.
No, I'm not avoiding him for your sake, Kurumi.
He smells a little weird and I kinda don't like talking to him.
Personally, I don't know if he can be trusted. I think it's best we don't get involved with him.
I agree. Master, even though you always rely on others, we should avoid that guy.
But do you really need to trust someone to get information out of them? You need to be bold enough to use people to get the info you need. Well, that's what my grandpa used to say anyway. It's worth a shot, don't you think?
Be bold enough to use people? Maybe that applies to detectives as well. Kurumi, you're more fit to be a detective than I am.
That's not true. I'm just an informant.
Also, I don't want
Didn't
to
you say
return to the
earlier that it
agency
was
empty-handed.
same thing?
Let's do as much as we can now.
Yeah, let's go.
Ah, I already warned you, but it looks like you made up your mind.
The masked man Makoto Kagutsuchi lives on the top floor of Kanai Tower. I hope I can get to him without any issues.
Uh-oh, that's not gonna happen. Why would you say that? You definitely jinxed it. Okay, now let's do two things. I'm gonna save, and then we have some side quests to do. Oh, I need this one. There we go. Image changed, as expected. So let's go to... We can't bus travel to Marunimon District. That's... okay. Can I get to Marunimon District?
I'll tell you since you...
I'm not sure that this map really properly indicates to me how to do that.
suck with directions. You can reach Kanai Tower through Ginma.
Was it by the hotel? I want to say it's by the hotel, but that could just be false. No, that's correct. Okay. Let's do that, because the other places we should be able to get to by bus, which should be easier. I sure hope that I don't have to boat my way anywhere. Part of me is expecting it to not be flooded here anymore. I don't think that's actually going to be true, but, like, I would not put it past this game to be like, we solved it off screen, it's just not flooded anymore. We resolved that whole bank robbery thing. Well, yeah, I mean, closer to that than not.
Right.
Things are left behind from the recent flooding. Can't someone clean it up? I guess it's just too much destruction for anyone to handle. Sure is a mess here. There's gotta be, like, a memory shard somewhere. Although, maybe the only memory shard that's here is the one we got while it was still flooded. Maybe it just hangs around for you to pick it up without the boat. I'll talk to this phone person. The future worries me, he says on the phone. An unseen person, apropos of nothing. I think I honestly enjoy those, like, weird, out-of-context snippets more than a lot of the, like, actual fake conversations that are written. Oh, this guy. This guy. This is very important to know that you cannot hot air balloon from the top of one building to another. Yeah, there's some of that, like, listen, in a game like this where, like, deductive reasoning is important to advancing the story, you're gonna get some weird rough edges to some of those puzzles, but, like, you can cut yourself on some of the razor sharp rough edges that this game presents with its, like, solution keys. Not even a hot air balloon could get you, like, 5 feet up to the next building. Alright, I mean, that definitely has to be important because it's so absurdly weird for you to say that with no context. Hey there, buddy, you got a minute? Moi? That's right, you're just the cool, dependable-looking guy I need. If you've got the time, I got a little gig lined up. A gig? But I'm working. And that's alright, this job won't get in the way of your other one. Pay is out of sight, you'll get rich in no time. Alright, I immediately am suspicious of this guy. Even if he was like, hey man, this pays really well. Like, there'd be reason to be suspicious. But for him to say, the pay is out of sight, I'm like, nah, I don't trust you. You're some weird time traveler or something. I don't like the cut of your jib. Your days of being saddled with debt are over. I'll think about it. What? Did he tell us what to do? Like, we didn't get a start of mission thing, but it doesn't look like... I'm confused. I'm gonna go to that other green waypoint that appeared in this area, but, like, something seems weird about that. I think I'm gonna have to go up, right? What did you say? Never dreamed the company I worked for would get caught up in something like this. I thought the resistance was a rumor, but they were real all along. I should take this opportunity to change jobs. Okay, it's a cool and normal thing. Yeah, that had occurred to me too. The payment is out of sight, like you can't see it because it's not real. Hi?
Hey!
Look, Master, a fortune teller. Why don't you get your fortune read? Fortune teller? Excuse me, sir. Could I speak to you for a moment? This person seems pretty suspicious. Let's listen to her. You need something from me? Oh, this guy also has weird rat teeth. When did, like, rat folk enter the fray in this game? When did that just, like, become a thing? It's nothing. I simply saw a good omen and wished to share it with you. A good omen? Who are you? Oh, do you not know me?
Sure.
Pretty sure we've never met, or maybe we met on a case? No good, I can't remember.
Sorry.
I have no idea. We met before? I am a fortune teller who can read the future. I'm accurate an astonishing 96% of the time. That's a weirdly specific number. Really? I guess it's pretty high. Only trust it if it's 100 or 0, Master. Don't come crying to me when you get hit with a 1% insta-kill.
What does that mean?
What are you talking about? Our meeting was fate's design. Allow me to read your fortune. I don't really... In the near future, a cute girl will confess her love to you, and a young man will share his money.
You know...
Now I'm starting to get suspicious. Don't you think we should run now? If you stay here, you'll end up buying a magic lamp or painting or something. Yeah, you're right. I'll definitely do that. Or some magic beans or something.
Sorry.
I'm in a bit of a hurry to stop talking to you. That's the thing I want to say to someone now. I'm sorry, I'm in a bit of a hurry to stop talking to you, so I'm just going to do that right now. Hi. Can I, help you? Pure looking woman. Japan, I need you to calm down. Ditto says, to read your fortune, I need something very important to you, like a Millennium Puzzle or something. Was that the guys that, like, mind-controlled Bandit Keith was using when he, like, tried to steal the Millennium Puzzle in Season 2 of Yu-Gi-Oh? I think that was it, right? He was like, I'm gonna tell your fortune, so, like, let me see something important. Yeah. I've forgotten that really specific and, like, really stupid... Like, everything about that interaction was very dumb. Then, like, you had to, like, reconstruct the puzzle in a burning building or something. Was that a filler episode? I've always liked you or whatever, for sure, totally.
Huh?
Who does she think she is? This is all a bit sudden. I'll wait for you however long it takes, I guess.
Huh?
Huh? What was that all about? I mean, she's clearly part of it. She's clearly in on it. And stay gone. Master, throw some salt at her. So the idea is that he has, like, planted some folks to do the things that he predicted, so we'll come back to him and spend money on a magic lamp or a painting or something. Oddly friendly man. Oh, does he not look pure? Does this guy not look pure? Weird. Weird how that's true. Sup, bruh? What's up? Chill, bro. We're buddies, aren't we? No, I'm, like, pretty sure we don't know each other. Don't worry about all that. I brought this just for you, friend. Money? I can't take this. I don't understand how currency works. It's no big deal, bro. Wealth and happiness are meant to be shared. Well, see you around.
What do I do?
You just saw that happen, right? Number 88? A love confession and a payout. Today must be your lucky day.
What does that mean?
It's weird for Shinigami to say that because she specifically is against the concept of anyone having romantic interest in Yuma. So I feel like she should not point out that that's a good thing, right? I guess that's true. That was the canonical reason why they went from, like, ancient Egyptian rope to keep the puzzle on to the chain, which I don't think was ever important again, but I guess we just thought that people would consider that a plot hole. But I feel like you should keep in mind, dear viewer, that we're talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! The anime, where, like, everything is a plot hole. So, like, I can't imagine being hung up on that, to be honest with you.
Maybe.
Don't tell me you believe in fortunes now, Master. Didn't you see what just happened? Fortune telling is unscientific. It's woo-woo occult nonsense. That kind of stuff doesn't exist. Says the Death God. Who's to say all fortunes are bogus? And let's investigate and see if that fortune teller really is legit. Okay. This feels like a ridiculous errand. It's a really annoying area to navigate. I'm glad that I've decided to do this first. Over here. Hey, wait. Can I look at whatever this is for points?
Oh, no.
Didn't realize it when we were on the boat, but things are really bad here. Better keep away, Master. You wouldn't want to get crushed by falling debris. 10 whole points. Just for me. I'll never forget this. Read the future. He seems really mad about the fortune teller and is swearing like a whole bunch. Let me ask him about it. Can I ask you a couple of questions? Who are you? I'm currently investigating the fortune teller. What did you say? You're friends with that rat? Squeak, squeak. No, I'm not. I thought it seemed very suspicious, so I'm conducting an investigation. Suspicious ain't the right word. It's fraud. Or fraud. It's insane prices for fortunes that don't even come true. My girlfriend handed over her life savings.
No.
Said incroyable. You said it. If I ever get my hands on them. It seems those fortunes are causing some people real harm. This guy knows that the fortune teller's, like, stationary, right? And that he could go over there and beat him up at any time. Just saying, that seems to be true. No, wait, this is the tiny red arrow. This person is up. Hello, you. What should I do tomorrow? I guess I'll have my fortune read again. Seems like she knows the fortune teller. Let's hear what she has to say. Excusez-moi, do you have a minute? Un petit minute? It's gotten a little French in here. I'd like to know more about the fortune teller. Huh? Oh, I don't mind, but what do you want to know?
Truly...
This is truly. Are his fortunes really that accurate? Of course, but it's not about accuracy. The fortune teller can actually see the future. It's that I feel like you've reframed the never mind. I go in for a reading anytime I can't make up my mind about something. That's how much I trust him. I see, so you're very stupid. Are you skeptical? You'll face divine punishment if you're not careful.
No.
Alright, well that escalated quickly. Thank you for speaking with me. Now, I'll never speak to you again. I want to be over here. No, a different weird coin. Map not rotating me trips me up, but I've also become superstitious. I've learned that there is a control to change that in the menu, but I feel like if I'll change it, then I'll continue to be confused and then feel dumber about it. I don't know which is worse. Disappointed woman. It's weird. Normally, I feel like I know the disappointed women, but this one seems new to me. What should I do? Should never have believed that fortune. Is she talking about the fortune teller or an unrelated fortune teller? Excusez-moi, is something wrong? Yeah, the other day I went to a supposedly reliable fortune teller as opposed to the other ones. And I had my fortune read. I invested in stocks like he told me to, but the price keeps dropping and now I'm barely scraping by. Never invest more than you're willing to lose. That's how these things work, including gambling. It was all a scam. How could I fall for something like this? Some people's fortunes don't come true, then. Make sure not to just blindly trust in fortunes and don't make the same mistake I did. Yeah, but like, I'm also smarter than you. Barely, but I'm just gonna go now. One thing that struck me when I first moved out to LA, and I think this has actually changed quite a bit since I've been here. When I first moved here, there were a lot of like mom and pop psychic shops. They became like landmarks for me to navigate between certain things. Just be like, right. Then you'll see that third fortune teller on the right, and then you'll take the next exit. That's not even an exaggeration. There's an area where there's like 3 in very close proximity to each other. This guy, I guess? Man on Hot Street. I'm so glad I listened to that fortune teller. Let's hear what this person has to say. Excuse me, tell me about the fortune teller? Have you met him too? Amazing, right? What I wear, what I eat, where I work. For some reason I read that as wonk. Where I wonk, I do exactly as he says and my luck never runs out. I'm constantly doing legwork. I'll win the lottery. I'll win at gambling. And according to my fortune, soon I'll meet my future wife. That's 96% accuracy for you. Woo, a fortune teller who can actually see the future.
Thank you very much.
You've been unhelpful. If you're ever feeling lost, try following your fortune.
I think that's about it.
Well,
I've decided I'm done listening to this. Some people were elated to have fortunes come true, while others were angry over being tricked. It's not like I expect fortunes to be 100% accurate, but some of those misses are causing a lot of pain. Let's go talk to the fortune teller and bust his kneecaps. I've done this in such a way that despite being close, I'm not actually close, right? If you guys could just, like, move? No? Okay. Oh. Suppose I brought that on myself.
Right.
It's a different floating object for different points? Can't get through because there's riftage blocking the way. Points. It was all about the points all along. Yeah. This area sure has become chaos. I would like not to come back here very often. Mission says, my aunt has a friend out there who's a psychic in the Venice Canals area. What's their success rating as a psychic? Like, what % of the time do they get it right? I feel like I'm not very close to the hitbox where I'm expecting this to... Yeah. Isn't that... It's the girl who confessed her feelings to you. Looks like they're discussing something. I heard you found a new mark. How did it go? It was a piece of cake. Guys like him are too easy or whatever. I'm sure he's head over heels for me by now. He'll probably come to have his fortune read soon. Things went well on my end, too. He was funny, rushing around all panicked. Nicely done, you two. Here's your reward. I was sure doing business with you. I wasn't sure about conning people like that, but I never imagined it'd be so easy. Hit me up again next time.
No way.
These guys are way beyond your back alley shell game or 3-card Monty.
Expose the truth.
And will murder all mysteries. I think one of the big problems I have with this game, in a narrative sense, I mean, like, there's lots of, like, weird stuff, like the secret motive in that last case was very dumb, and I just don't feel like that added anything to the case, and it definitely didn't make it more interesting. But just, like, a general issue is that, like, I understand how, in a certain way, it makes the story more dramatic and exciting for us to have no authority in this town. Like, we work for a detective agency that, like, isn't part of the law. It's, like, not law enforcement, so we can't do anything about it. But then what that means is the corrupt peacekeeper... Like, there's just no reason for the peacekeepers to ever not just, like, cover up whatever truth we expose, throw us in jail, and then let us rot there. Or, like, a case like this. we're not like a physical threat. We don't have a superpower that specifically brings just like random liars to justice. So like, in no way do I suspect like confronting random criminals will cause, like, it's literally like swipe or no swiping, right? Like, we're literally just hoping that by pointing out the fact that they're doing crimes, they'll stop doing crimes, but that just like doesn't make any sense. Ocean says they're doing well enough to afford housing there. I mean, I guess that's true, but what I mean is it 96%? Is it 100 or 0? An extra turned around by the map for some reason. Hello. Yes, it's a self-reported 100%. Yeah, I mean, you're generally gonna say that, right? Oh, it's you. Well, did my predictions come true? They did, thank you. If you don't mind, I'd like to have my fortune read again. Okay, what's our angle? Very well. This time, however, it won't be free. I'll trap your soul in a trading card.
Well?
In that case, I can pay you with information. Information, you say? Information about you planting people to help sell your phony predictions. How dare you? I won't stand for this nonsense.
So.
It's not nonsense. You're hiring people to play pretend. And that's only okay if you're running like some sort of actual play podcast. The girl who professed her love and the guy that gave me money were both shills, right? Once people start believing your fortunes, you charge exorbitant rates.
This is the truth!
This is the truth. Who could have predicted that I'd be found out by someone like you? Who's, I don't know, like a 12-year-old boy? I can't tell, even with my ability to see the future. You might be a subpar trainee, but don't underestimate my master. I haven't reported this to the peacekeepers yet, because if I did, they would kill me because I'm like the #1 person that they would like to capture, so this is an incredibly hollow threat.
Well?
Return all the money you scammed from those people, or I will report you. I understand. Not long after that, I heard the entire fake fortune-telling ring was arrested by the peacekeepers. That's weird, because I didn't turn them in. It's a weird resolution to that. One of the victims probably blew the whistle. It's implied that we should stop caring about this entirely and immediately. Let's go do some legwork. What a pointless interlude. That's not true. We got 100 points. Many points. Many points to the interlude. Alright, let's leave this wretched place forever. And then take a bus to some other stupid place for another quest that maybe has many points associated. That took just long enough for me to have a general sense of my bearings in this extra convoluted place. Who wants to hear a fun work-related anecdote? So my company has a big database that maintains records for all the radio stations that I normally contact. And, you know, a significant portion of my job is making notes in there so that everything is recorded. This morning, logged in early, like I always do, and was like trying to start my work, and I couldn't create a new entry, delete an existing entry, or edit an existing entry. And I'm like, well, that's weird, because that's pretty much all of the things. That's basically everything. And so I tell this to my boss, and I give them the error message so that they can forward it to IT, because I don't have everything is supposed to go through my boss. It's kind of laborious, but whatever. It absolves me of responsibility, and I'm generally pro that. But then the head of my department is immediately like, you should just restart your computer. And I'm like, all right, fair enough. And I do, and nothing changes. And then, like, right as I'm about to write back to her, she's like, oh, it also seems to have affected me. As if she like expected me to be lying, and I'm like, all right, sure, weird energy, okay. And then she's like, yeah, I guess I'll look into this now. And so she does. And then like an hour later, she gets back to everyone, and she's like, yeah, so it turns out that our parent company did an update to the database and excluded our entire company from it. So just no one, my whole company had access to the database for like a little over an hour. It's just like, man, if that isn't like a flagrant show of disrespect, I don't know what is. Oh, right, that like entire subdivision, like that entire like self-sustained company that's like a part of our own company. Yeah, I guess technically that whole organization exists, huh? Hey, Sarah, look who it is. It's your favorite.
Yeah.
This is the first thing she says to me. Buy me dinner first, nun.
Huh?
Huh? Right on time? Ew. What is it? Remember the last time you went and counseled people?
Yes.
I thought they were all satisfied. Yeah. Doing the legwork. That's not enough.
Huh?
It's just not enough. Not enough to replace the priest.
Oh, no.
What are you saying? It's not like I'm a pro or anything. A pro at what? Legwork? So what you're saying is you'll do even better next time, correct?
Yeah.
I honest to God find this like super distracting. I know we've talked about this, but like if the little voice clip that they play isn't at least like pretty close to the actual dialogue, like I genuinely think I'd rather not have the voice clip. Cause like a lot of these conversations kind of just play out like, yeah, what? What? Will I? Huh? What? And it's like, that's just like confusing and annoying. Just like, I can read. I don't think I can play this game if I can't read. Right there? I feel like she is the new priest, more or less. I feel like she should do this herself. However, she is one of the most violent people that we know. So she's delegating via violence, which is, you know, one way to do it, I guess. Time to give out better advice. Yeah, we'll do it.
All right.
Okay, but this time it's not my fault no matter what happens. Be prepared for consequences if you mess up. Lending the church a hand again. Very creative naming scheme, I appreciate it. I don't remember how far and wide I have to go to find all these people. I remember it being a little bit of a headache last time. So I feel like, and I hinted a little bit at this before, I feel like we're at a point where it was definitely going to be the case, unless the game really pulled a curveball and killed off the characters who we didn't interact with for most of last case. That, like, we would have a case with Vivian. I feel like there's a maybe chance that we do one with Yakko. But, like, then, in my mind, it's actually a pretty big question mark as to whether... Where's the thing? It's just, like, underground, I guess? It's a pretty big question mark to me as to how many more cases there. Like, it felt like there was a guarantee of at least this one. I feel like there's a chance this could be the last one. I think that's unlikely. But how many more are there? I'm so confused by, like, where this thing is. Oh, that's the... Yeah, okay. It's pointing me to the tower. So does that mean that, like, the people I'm supposed to interact with to help the church just, like, aren't on the map? Is that why this sucks? It's probably why this sucks. Try something. It's the... can't zoom out, can only zoom in, huh? Only marker on the map at all is the one for the main quest. So what if we went to, like... Doya District? Because it's new? Maybe? My word map. Doya District. Because I think those other two green question marks are just straight up separate quests. So I think I'm looking for an area that has individual quest markers, like the ones we were dealing with in the Marunamon district. Well, it's not here. Alright, let's try... What if we go to the clock tower, which has... like a question... Oh no, wait a minute. For some reason, I was interpreting this as... Well, frankly, I don't know what I was meant to get from the request marker ×1 over here. So I guess that's saying that the church quest should be over at Kanai Tower, which I don't think I want to go to yet, so let's do the other ones, I guess. I don't know if there are, like, other areas, too, that might have them. But I don't think I want to go to the tower. Just because I'm not entirely convinced that that won't kick me into, like, a cutscene to advance the story. I think when you hit a point of no return, you always have an option. Like, it doesn't force you to do that. But still, don't want to do that. Oh my god, it's Gunhaver. There's a request from Gunhaver.
Huh?
Is that Aruka?
Hey.
Hey, sorry about, like, trying to kill you or whatever. What are you doing? Shachi is dead. Akari and Servan betrayed the resistance. It caused so much trouble for you. That's right. Master was almost captured because of you. Apologize harder.
No.
Well, it was certainly tough, but it's nothing you need to apologize for. It says Chekhov's Gunhaver. Would you like to hear a fun Chekhov's gun story? This is a weird one. So, a couple weeks ago, I started watching this year's Hallmark Christmas movies with my parents. Yes, I promise. This is the continuation of my previous prompt. One of the movies is one of the typical someone's a prince story. Normally it's like someone's a secret prince. They come to America and they pretend they're just some guy, and then it turns out they're a prince, and oh man, wouldn't it be great if you dated a secret prince? That sort of thing. This was the rare version where, like, the female lead, like, knew that he was a prince the whole time. And at a certain point, he sort of persuades her to go on a date with him. And so they, like, take this, like, royal sleigh ride through, like, the snowy countryside to go to, like, an isolated log cabin and just sort of have a nice time or whatever. But, like, as they're loading up, he packs, like, a picnic basket. And then she's just sort of like, what's the gun for? And I'm, like, immediately alarmed because I can't think of a single, like, G-rated romance movie that had a gun in it. And so then he says something like, he says something bizarre, like, you never know when you have to scare off a polar bear or something. And I'm like, all right, well, this is a really clear example that we've established a Chekhov's gun. I have no idea where this is going, but, like, it must be going somewhere, because I can't imagine why you would incorporate a casual, no-reason gun into your Hallmark romance story. And let me tell you that that gun never shows up again. I have no idea why that gun is in that movie. It very much should be cut for various reasons, not the least of which being that it violates the law of Chekhov's gun. But that was very disruptive to my mental state. I have no idea why this decision was made, why all of the people who had any influence over the script or production of that movie left that in. No idea. Very, very confused. Echo, welcome to the stream. Thank you for continuing the sub. You're on month 11 of Demolition's 12-month gift sub. It's been quite the ride, huh? We murdered any mysteries today? I would not say so. We've definitely incorporated the mystery of what exactly is legwork. That I'm pretty sure it's scandalous, but I think chat split on that one. Exactly, Ditto. Like, when you mentioned that, I, can't not think about, the worst instance of Chekhov's gun I've ever seen. It just makes no sense. It's literally the whole thing about Chekhov's gun is that you don't introduce a gun that doesn't have a purpose. Because a gun is, such a dramatic thing. It's really weird to just have it there. And then this movie just does exactly that for no reason. I honest to God, can't think of another time when, a literal gun violates the law of Chekhov's gun. It says she thinks leg work is the thing you do on leg day to get strong leg. Well, I mean, that's a reasonable interpretation without the context of the way everyone was saying and using the words leg work, which strongly imply to me it's definitely not that. Anyway, we met Gunhaver in this dark alley. I think she has a quest for us. I'm confused about this too. What about you, Aruka? What are you doing? Did the Peacekeepers not come after you? Yes. They won't catch me that easily. But now the Resistance is in shambles. I'm at a loss. I don't know where to go from here. Aruka seems really depressed. I'd like to cheer her up for some completely inexplicable reason. Encourage her.
Yeah.
It'll be alright. I'm sure your allies will come back soon. Even so, Shachi isn't here anymore. There's no one keeping us together. I don't know what to say. If only there was someone here who knew Aruka well. Lost in the rain. Okay. For some reason, that calls to mind the thing in Somnium Files where, all of the puzzles have, weird names that rhyme with, sinking in the pain. Dad died and now no one can keep the family together. Do we know the location of anyone from the Resistance who's not dead or in jail? Oh, we actually do! That was a rhetorical question, but we do. We can find Margalaw. He's in, the Kamasaki district, isn't he? Although I don't think I know how to get back to his store even a little bit. But I guess while I'm in Ginma district, I can just indiscriminately pick up, a whole bunch of quests all at once. Irresponsibly. I don't want to wait for it. Stupid coffee shop? No, it's not. It's this guy. Yeah, the old man who works in the old man store, correct. Hey, you came to see her too, right? Who are you talking about? I'm talking about the mega cute waitress. She's something of a legend around here. She never skips leg day. And I don't mean the normal kind. She has a graceful air about her. Her voluptuous body can't be concealed by her uniform. Alright, guy, I don't want to talk to you anymore. She talks like she might be a bit of an airhead. Radiant smile purifies the soul. I can't tell, are you doing some, game artist, some, pickup artist thing where you're, trying to neg her and then compliment her? She's not even here, guy. Coffee she brews is hot, bitter, and thick. Is he talking about Fubuki? Obviously. There's literally no chance he's talking about anyone else. You think so too, right? Well... Right? I knew you and I were kindred spirits. Dude, my girlfriend's, right here, I think. And I'm also being haunted by this really jealous ghost.
No.
Well, no, that's not... I won't accept you so easily. The strength of your conviction must be tested. Getting a lot of mileage out of Yuma's huns today.
Hey!
Good luck with that, Master. I'm gonna take a nap. Question 1. I'll start with something easy. What's happening? Is she wearing her hair tied back? I don't know, man. I'm not even sure I know how I would describe her normal hair, let alone that I was, like, cognizant of it being different
call me Dummy Thick.
while she was dressed as the barista. Thick coffee. I don't think it's supposed to be thick. I wonder if the customers call it dummy thick. Yeah, well, I mean, under the circumstances, I think the servers call her dummy thick. You know, the fellow baristas there. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't think I would call it tied back, but like she has it in sort of like a big braid normally, and I think that was true when she was the waitress as well.
None of it sounds true at all.
So, like, technically that's more tied back than down, right? I'll go with that.
That's true.
Correct. Okay. Time for question 2. How many piercings does she have in her right ear?
Huh?
Piercings? That's a fairly minute detail. I mean, it definitely is, like, in her character portrait. Well, I think normally you would see her left ear in the character portrait, right? For some reason, my instinct says 3, but I honestly, I don't know. Does anyone remember how many piercing Fubuki's ear has? Yeah, right? Like, I feel like we normally only see her left ear. You could assume symmetry, but that could definitely be wrong. Quick, someone bring up the thumbnail of an existing episode where Fubuki's quote is the image. And then, like, zoom and enhance. Trying to debate whether I want to do that. My instinct says 3, but I don't know if I'm making that up. Have a thumbnail that would reasonably help in this situation. Videos. Seems like I could just do this locally too. That could work. Here. Yeah, it's gonna be easier to reference this and should take up less processing power. What I need is... No, I do need the file viewer. Rain code, thumbnail folder, and then I need this one? Her character portrait doesn't show her ear. Her hair covers it. Oh no. This other angle from a different episode does. Wow, that's incredibly hard to make out. Can I zoom and enhance this, actually? This is a really stupid use of my time. So she's got 1 in the earlobe, and then it looks like 3 up the side? 4 is one of the options, right? I don't think this is how they intended for me to get there, but I think it's 4. I regret to inform you that you're factually incorrect. I'm literally looking at the image, and the correct answer is 4. Like, I don't know how to reconcile that. There are 4. There are 4 lights. Yeah, I'm with Ditto. I also said 4 because there are 4. I, like, looked up an image of her ear and zoomed in on it, and there are 4 piercings. So, like, 3 is just not the correct answer. 2 are blue and 1 is gold. That's also incorrect. 1 is red and 3 are gold. What are you talking about? This man is like wildly incorrect. I'm like really tempted to like bring the big screen image on, but it would take even more useless time. But I promise you the correct answer is 4, and he didn't even describe the colors correctly. So I don't know how I'm supposed to interpret that.
Yes.
Problem is you can only see the left ear, and he asks about the right ear. Counting the piercings on the ear you can see obviously doesn't lead to the correct answer. I guess. But also this just like isn't a very good challenge because it allows you to retry and it's multiple choice and you can brute force it. Like this just isn't a very good quest at all.
Hooray!
Certainly her left ear has 3 gold piercings and 1 pink one. This is very annoying. On to question 3. What is her name? What do you think? It's a tough one, right? I don't know why I would say Master Detective Fubuki, because I mean, she had sort of renounced her Master Detectiveness when she was working there, right? So, like, there's no reason that he would know that, nor should he. I'm torn as to, like, whether there's some benefit to, like, indicating her last name, as in that makes me, like, a true stalker or whatever. I just don't think I understand what the purpose of this question is, which makes it hard to answer it. Like, it wouldn't be incorrect to say Fubuki. How did you know that? I didn't even know until recently.
Sure.
I don't think I should tell him we work together. It's not over yet. Here's the final test. Bring me something that would make Fubuki happy. If you could do that, I'll accept you into the club. Yeah, I don't really want to be a part of that club. I just want some points. Will you do it? I mean, I guess so, but only because I'm on a completionist kick here.
Well?
You know exactly what she wants. I heard it myself. Go on now. You have any ideas? Noticed this when we were going through the mystery labyrinth with Fubuki, but she really likes stuff you might find in an RPG. Where would you find something like that? Kamasaki District has all kinds of shops. Maybe we'll find a Morning Star there. I guess on the bright side is that if we did get a Morning Star, and he didn't like that as an answer, then worst case scenario, we hit him in the head with a Morning Star.
Huh? You're going back to Kamasaki?
Definitely. Most of the things I need to do right now are there. I guess, presumably, there should be a quest marker here for Margola's old man store, right? So I don't actually have to remember where it is. Which is good, because I don't remember where it is. Regrettably, going anywhere does involve many minutes of loading screens. There's something about the way the person on the right is moving their legs Makes me think of the bad Seinfeld dance that Elaine does with the little kicks. Believe it or not, this is actually where I thought the old man shop was. If I was pressed for a guess, I would have come here. It's been a while, Margala. Has it? Isn't this basically implied to be, like, continuous with the end of the last case? So, like, at most, it's been, like, 24 hours since we last talked to him?
Yeah.
Well, you know. There's something I'd like your help with. Great, something troublesome again. In that case, I'll pass. It's about Aruka. Oh.
That's what happened.
I ran into her just now, and she seems really depressed about everything from before. You know, everything that's happened in life, the universe, and everything up until now. I want to help her out. Do you have any idea how to cheer her up? Does she also like things you would find in an RPG? Something does come to mind, but before I tell you, I have a request.
No.
You have a request? Aruka isn't the only one with problems, you know. I want you to deliver this to a certain man. What's inside? Do you really need to know?
Maybe.
I suppose not, but I don't want to be fooled again. I feel like a very reasonable answer would be like, the last time I tried that, it was bombs. So yes, please. No doubt, that's a fair point. Go ahead and open it. It's just food.
Yeah.
I like that we're not specifying the food. Something about that seems like unsavory to me. Yes, it's food. Human food. Who do I deliver this human food to? You should be at a small room in Doya District. The same one you were locked in before.
I see.
Wait, did we take a hostage? Am I doing a dead drop of human food to like a hostage or something? Be at the far end of Doya District. Do that for me and I'll tell you how to help Aruka. Colossal waste of time. Is this... No, this isn't downstairs. I need downstairs. Wait a minute, am I gonna buy something from the, like, weird mama shop? My god, I actually am.
I'm sure.
Of all the places in the world, this, like, convenience store filled with alcohol in the sewer is the place you want to get a present? Alright, I guess. Why is the shop owner gotta be called Chubby? There's so many, like, facets to a person's personality. What is with this game? Game, chill out. I don't like that we called that, like, young woman before, like, pure looking, and I definitely don't like that we're describing this lady as a chubby. Like, it's just not, like... It's just very sexist and it's not cool. Oh, I was just about to close up shop. Are you interested in buying something?
I'm sorry.
Sorry to keep you. I need, like, a Morning Star or something? Don't worry about it. Take your time and look around. Look around you. Hey, that there. Huh? What, you mean this? I was told it was some kind of legendary metal or something, but it looks like worthless scrap. They really pulled the wool over my eyes. I still have a lot to learn about appraising things like this. I have so many questions. Why are you, like, trying to buy legendary metal for your, like, convenience store, your sewer-based convenience store? And then, like, secondly, this guy's like, I'm interested in buying that product. And, like, you, in your head, are like, I spent too much on this. But then you just say that out loud for no reason. Like, you could at least make some effort to be like, oh, you won't find something like this anywhere else. And the real reason for that is because it's genuinely a piece of crap. But, like, you won't find another one if you want this. Would you consider giving it to me at a very low price? Well, if you'll take it off my hands, it's all yours. This is how you go out of business, Auntie. I was about to toss it out anyway. Master acquired Orichalco parentheses fate. Just like Owl parentheses father. Let's go show him. Do you like that Karumi Wendy has had to tag along for all of this? Because it's maybe my favorite part. Particularly of the miserable side quest to, like, convince this guy that we are stalking Fubuki. I didn't mean to walk into another area. Oh, I walked to the tower, didn't I? I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to the tower. This says, some morning star, 3 minor potions of healing, ring of fire resist, blonde wig, 3 horses, large diet cola. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty typical... Oh no, this isn't the tower, this is a train station. I just don't need to be here at all. I need to go to Doya District. Hey, you know that thing that people will sometimes joke about of, like, going to, like, a drugstore or something and, like, trying to find a specific combination of items that will, like, quietly concern the cashier, but not cause them to try and get you arrested? What do you think the equivalent like that would be in, like, a fantasy set? I feel like it would be harder, right? Because everything there is kind of concerning by its nature. So, like, I gotta get up there. Don't exactly remember. I think it's somewhere over here. Not like here, though. Is this?
Come on!
Downright captivated by those pink lights. What kind of lewd thoughts are going through your mind? You seem very concerned about that. Darn the peacekeepers, walking around like they own the place. I don't care if they're looking for the resistance. We don't need strangers hanging out. What are you looking at?
Sorry.
It's worth 5 points. That's what I'm looking at. 5 whole points. I thought it was up there. I misremember. Maybe I just need to take a more roundabout way to get there.
This is...
You look in Pipe House before? I guess so, because I did not get points. And it says, taken from me, potion of fire resist, scroll of summon fire demon, bottle of whiskey. That's not bad. I feel like you could do better. Oh, there's stairs here. So I need to... to go around to those stairs, or do I follow this? We definitely saw that gross pipe. This should be it? Question mark? I think anything a necromancer would buy might alarm people. But, like, in that world, like, necromancy exists, there's gotta be a store where it's normal to buy that, right? Hi? She is a grieving widow. Somebody got the blame for that terrorist attack. The resistance is totally in disarray right now. Shachi died, and Akari. We have no choice but to continue living our lives here. I don't like that you're not in prison. Savon! Not so loud. What if someone found me?
Sorry.
I have something for you from Margalaw. Thanks. This human food helps a lot because I am definitely a normal human being. I am definitely a human being, just like you. I'm sorry, did you say human being?
Yeah.
Weren't you captured by the Peacekeepers? Well, yeah, but, I was taken away by the Peacekeeper, Guillaume, along with the Cardi's body. I managed to flee during the commotion from when the director Yomi appeared. I'm not really sure what happened, but Yomi was really pissed off. He took it out on Guillaume and the others. Was it because Makoto stopped him? It was the perfect opportunity for me to make my escape. Then you asked Margalaw to help you hide? Without him, I probably would have collapsed somewhere and gotten captured again. Could you tell him how thankful I am? No problem. I mean, I don't really want to do that because I blame you and also dislike your face. Gonna finish all the side quests today, chat. And then question marks profit. It's actually probably a good gap because we won't be streaming next week because of the Thanksgiving holiday.
Daddy does not approve!
So we won't have to worry about remembering too much with the gap in the middle. Do probably have to worry about that with Chance of Sonarton. I suppose I could just take the bus back, right? It's true. I mean, like, it's actually a reasonable point to make, as silly as it might sound, Neko. He is a criminal and he should be arrested. So, like, it's one thing for him to be a criminal because he's a member of the Resistance and he's fighting for justice or whatever. But, like, he created a bunch of bombs for terrorists and aided and abetted in, like, the world's dumbest bank robbery. Like, he's, like, actually guilty of crimes. I mean, we're something of an accessory by ignorance, but, like, he made explosives. Like, what... Like, what was the safe use for those? And, like, why did he knowingly give us explosives? Like, in my mind, it's a lot harder to justify that as, like, him not... Like, he claimed he didn't know it was up, but that genuinely just, like, feels like an insult to my intelligence.
And that's what happened.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
I see. Thanks for doing that. Why did you decide to help him out, Margala? He sucks and I hate him. Even though he was being threatened, he did betray the Resistance. Oh. Right. When he first came to me, I considered handing him over to the Peacekeepers. But members of the Resistance were like my second family. When it comes down to it, Amaterasu is the true villain in all of this, even though you're besties with the CEO for some reason. They're the ones to blame.
Yeah.
Sorry for the strange request. Take this and give it to Aruka. It's just another gun, right? Yeah, it's just a gun. I mean, what did you think was gonna happen? It was obviously gonna be a gun, idiot. Dimbo.
No.
It's just a model gun. It can't really harm anyone. It is, however, filled with explosives. Shachi entrusted it to me and told me to give it to Aruka if something happened to him. It's a present from Shachi to Aruka. Nothing suspicious about a cap gun sitting around a shop like this, after all. I don't know. I don't know a lot of old man stores. Period, I guess. But I also don't know a lot of old man stores that carry, like, fake replica guns or whatever. Give it to her along with these words. This is not a real gun. It's a fake, incapable of taking a life. There's meaning in that. It's a message from Shachi. Yeah. Understood. I'll make sure to give this to Aruka. This feels like something he should have done while he was still alive, to be honest with you. I thought about selling it, but I suppose we're both creatures of habit, aren't we, Shachi? Back to the clock tower. And then we'll walk to Ginma. And then we'll go to the tower. And then we'll do that quest. And that will probably take us to the end of the stream. Everyone loves side quest stream, huh?
Hey.
Is it Yuma? You need me for something?
Now.
Yeah, I need you to take this, he says, cocking the gun he draws from his back pocket. I almost hope that the game gives me the chance to, like, incorrectly quote the thing I'm supposed to say. She's like, what is this? It's a real gun. Use it to take the life of someone innocent or something. I don't know. You gave me a gun?
What happened.
It's a present from Shachi. We left it with the message.
Besides,
he also wanted to tell you this. This is not a real gun. It's a fake, incapable of taking a life. There's meaning in that.
Happened.
His words were part of Shachi's gift to you. Shachi.
Yes.
Yeah, why is she so creepy? She sounds like an 80s cartoon villain. Yes, I will kill him with this gun, just as Shachi instructed me. I understand. He may be gone, but I'll keep moving forward. A gun? You there, what are you doing with a gun? That's a hard-working peacekeeper if ever I've seen one. You better run, Yuma.
Yes.
Don't say my name, the peacekeeper's watching. Several hours later... Looks like we got away.
Yes.
It's implied something exciting happened off screen. Don't worry about it. I don't think we were followed.
Thanks.
Thank you, Yuma. I found a path forward because of you. Even if Shachi's no longer with us, I'll keep the resistance alive. I used this gun to help create the world Shachi envisioned. As Aruga spoke those words, a smile crept across her face, and then she shot me, because she is Gunhaver after all. It really wasn't necessary to like, loading screen us to a second location. Like, that genuinely added nothing to my experience, other than loading screen. But I guess it took me to Ginma where I was going anyway. It almost seems like I've taken something close to, like, a recommended path. Because, like, both these missions take you to Kamasaki, and then if you do that one, it takes you back here, after you may potentially have collected the Orichalcum. Behold, the seal of Orichalcos. All of my monsters get plus 500 attack power, and I have extra monster slots, and several other things that are definitely cheating by the rules of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Well?
This is what Fubuki was looking for, right? It can't be. I admit defeat. She didn't say she wanted Orichalcum in order to forge the Sword of Legend. But I couldn't find it for her. You're now a member of the club. No, you should be the leader. There's something, like, very much on theme for this game, and very funny in a stupid and uncomfortable way, about, like, finding yourself in a position where you, like, have to prove that you're worthy of being in, like, an obsessive fan club, and then somehow being left in charge of it, and then, like, most likely being implicated in something as a result later. Like, someone's like, hey, this guy's in charge of the Fubuki Creeper Club. And he's like, no, wait, it's an accident. Never planned on becoming a member. Here, just, like, take it, I guess. Are you sure? I really don't need it.
Besides...
But I have an idea of what Fubuki would say.
Sure.
No true hero would turn their back on the Sword of Legend. What? Is that a confession of love? No. There's no time to lose. I must forge the Sword of Legend and become a hero.
Hey!
Now there's a guy who's living life to the fullest. I don't really know why we did any of them. But that should be enough points to level up. So we're at a point where we're getting more than one skill point per level up, which is interesting. I guess it makes it remotely plausible for you to max out the skill tree. Does anything happen after that? Does that give me enough to do something? I think it does. Alright. For some reason I was thinking I bought this, but it's grayed out because I haven't bought it, not because it's not equipped. Sure, whatever. Buy this one. Sure, equip it, why not? And now... kind of just walk straight forward, huh? Entrance front! Entrance front! Does that imply that there is a back entrance? Where would it lead? This is kind of one of the edges of the world as far as I can tell. Should probably save. Just because I haven't recently.
Whoa, you really appreciate how massive it is up close. Like, words don't do it justice.
We've already been here. This guy is anime Pee Wee Herman. Look at him. Can't really do much to get the camera closer to him, but that's anime Pee Wee Herman. Hi, anime Pee Wee Herman. To say or not to say? That is the question, huh? Yeah, I can't really do a good Pee Wee Herman. Who are you?
What happened?
The nun at the church asked me to go around and listen to everyone's troubles, and for some divine intervention, I knew you were one of them. If you'd like, maybe I can offer you some advice? That'd be great. Let me get to the point. I'm in Louvre. Louvre, eh? Yes, those graceful hands and feet. Okay. You started off by making it weird. I don't have a good feeling about it going any further. Those wavy locks, those eyes of ennui, the porcelain skin. It was love at first sight. It was over for me the moment I saw him.
I see.
Fair enough. I can picture him now under the piano. Just thinking of him makes my heart ache. Under the piano? You mean in the hotel in Kamasaki district? That's the one. You're my rival for his affection? No, I promise that's not true. I know Vivi because we work together. It's weird that there's like 2 quests out of 4 side quests in this chapter that involve people being in love with our colleagues who presumably don't have a high profile in the city because they live in a submarine and are trying not to get caught by the peacekeepers. This is my advice, is to keep your hands inside at all times and maybe not go to the movies. Yeah, that's pretty good advice, I think. Vivia, so that's his name. So lovely and ephemeral, and maybe a vampire. This guy really seems to like Vivia. I'd like to help him, but... You said you're a colleague of Vivia, right? Then you must know what kinds of things he likes. I want to tell him how I feel and give him a present. Well, he kind of wants to die. I guess he likes reading. You could give him a book and tell him that you hope to die, but I'm not sure if he would take that the right way. Naturally, it should be something he'd like. I mean, if you could give him a fireplace, I do think he would like that, in fairness. I mean, I think a book is the correct answer, but technically, this is one of those, like, SAT question things where it's like, a book and a fireplace are both correct answers. A book is probably a more correct answer because it's something this guy is more likely to be able to give.
In that case...
I think Vivio would be happy to receive a book as a present. A book? That'd be perfect for him. I could get him... Omelet. No, Musk Beth might be better. Do you all have Shakespeare in Kanai Ward? Been a great help. I'll get my present ready and go tell him how I feel. These sorts of things are never easy, but I won't give up. I mean, good luck to you, but also, I'm not sure I like your odds. Okay, so I guess there's just the correct order of these, and I can't do them in whatever order I want, so I'll just keep going to where the quest markers are. Enjoy 7 more loading screens! Gems, we might get a kickback. But, like, I don't think Vivio would take the gems, not out of some sense of pride or ethics. I just feel like Vivio wouldn't want them. We don't. Shakespeare got arrested before he could write. Oh, it's one of those things. Alternate history world. That makes sense, Arcadius. How are you doing? Let's talk to this random lady. What? These names are a little on the nose at times, don't you think? Woman who hates being hit on. Oh, what a mess. If something's worrying you, I'd be happy to listen. Oh, you're from the church. How would you know that by looking at me? Yeah, I guess. Guess I don't need to explain why I'm doing this anymore. So what's worrying you, my child? There's this guy who's been hitting on me non-stop lately. He has an enormous backpack. Turned him down multiple times. I just can't take the hint. It's stressing me out. I just don't know what to do. Can you give me a description of this person? Because it's definitely Desuhiku. Desiko? It's on the shorter side, chock full of confidence. It sounds kind of familiar. He was also carrying a huge backpack. He might not be so bad if he wasn't lugging that thing around. She's definitely talking about Desuhiko. Shorty detective was hitting on girls instead of investigating! No mercy for slackers. What do you think I should do?
Sure.
I mean, the second one's definitely not correct. I'm trying to decide if I think this game will reward me for saying leave it to me. I guess because the quest markers are linear, it's feasible that I could go talk to him. Like, you could tell me where he is. I'm not sure if he would still be on the submarine. If not, I'm not sure where to find him. Leave it to me. Just call me Beaver and leave it to me. To you, what do you intend to do? It's a bit awkward to admit, but the person hitting on you is...
Sorry.
Someone I work with. He's just the worst. Look, every workplace has a guy like this, unfortunately, even now. Doesn't excuse it, I'm just saying I happen to know enough about this guy to maybe deal with it.
That's why.
Don't tell him to stop bothering me. I see. Thank you. Good luck?
No.
It's nothing. I'm sorry you had to deal with this. It's like I managed to solve her problem. And in exchange, you've given yourself a brand new one. Okay. It kind of looks like I'm just moving on to another thing, and we're not actually gonna address that. But that's fine. That's just slightly quicker. Lotus masks. The mask is different every morning, depending on his mood. Sometimes it takes him more than 30 minutes to choose. Is he hexadecimal? Clock tower, parentheses, front. Or calcum, parentheses, fit. No, this person hadn't phased in and I got confused. Hello, woman with stage fright. What do I do? If you're worried about something, I'll listen. Who are you?
That's what happened.
A violent nun asked me to go around and listen to everyone's problems. Then, can I ask you to listen to my problem? I work at a cafe, but I can't seem to interact well with the customers. As soon as I'm in front of someone, I get so nervous that my words don't come out.
I see.
Sort of like what's happening now. I want to be able to talk to people with ease, just like she did. Everyone's like just talking about my coworkers now. She was only there for a day, but she was so beautiful and sociable.
Maybe.
Should be talking about Fubuki? When I asked her for advice, she told me that she had to defeat the evil gods. Definitely Fubuki.
I knew it.
Yeah. But I don't even know what the evil gods are, and how is it related to serving customers? I kind of like lost track of my surroundings for a moment and briefly thought that there was just like a cursed like vine or tentacle or something coming off that tree up there, but that's definitely just Shinigami at like the weird edge of the frame. What should I do? Let's search for evil gods together. No, I don't think so. I don't think I was supposed to say things are okay as they are, because she's not happy. There's like a world in which you would say something like this because you're like, you don't have to take on whatever, but like I think let's forget about evil gods is more like the real advice is to like just believe in yourself or whatever. I think things are okay. Quest completed. That would be a funny thing to do, is be like, yeah, I've just decided that problem's not important, so I'm not dealing with it. Which, incidentally, is what the, like, guidance counselor at my college said to one of my close friends. They implied that, that their problems were too boring for them to continue to listen to or something. It's like, I don't think you should have that job, person. So I'm assuming this one will lead to some other advice. Frankly, I could see a world in which any one of these is the correct answer in this game.
Well...
Evil gods don't exist, so you can forget about that. But I won't be able to get over my nervousness, and I still won't serve people.
Speaking of which...
That wouldn't actually solve the problem, would it? I'm sorry for bringing up such a silly problem. I'll try my best to improve on my own. The answer was really supposed to be... Because the answer is definitely not, like, slay the evil gods. So the correct answer is just do nothing?
Yeah.
That should be enough for now. Okay, I guess? Listen, I could save scum that, but frankly, I don't care. I'm annoyed that that didn't make any sense, but, you know, that's kind of just par for the course, isn't it? If we're being honest. I have to wonder why some people go into certain jobs when their skill set and attitude is the complete opposite of what's required. You know what? You're so right about that, but that also reminds me of another insane thing from this week. A friend of mine is now working at like a shopping center upstate, and she's been talking to me about how they've been getting set up for like mall Santas. I'm genuinely not sure if this is a thing they have in the UK Neko, so for your benefit and the benefit of anyone who maybe doesn't know, like at least in the US, the mall Santa is a thing where like malls will often have a little area set up where there's like a little fake Santa's village by a big Christmas tree or something similar, and Santa just sits there and interacts with kids, and kids get their photo taken, and it's like it's just a family thing. It draws people in to the place, and then they shop for Christmas gifts or whatever. It was in that case I hated in Darkside Detective, basically. But yeah, so she indicated that like their mall has two people designated to be mall Santas, obviously distinct from the real Santa. And she said that like within moments of meeting both of them, they each said how much they hated having their picture taken with crying children. And also that they were belligerent and swearing. I think all of that was literally true from her account. And it's just like, I mean, I don't know why you applied to be a mall Santa, but I also don't know why the shopping center hired you to be a mall Santa. Like I said, she felt so betrayed when she found out shopping center Santas were fake. Well, it's not so much that they're fake. They're meant to be affiliates of Santa through a network of Christmas cheer. They're meant to be helpers in a different capacity to Christmas elves. So it's not that they're not real, it's just that, you know, Santa's super busy overseeing, like, toy production and distribution. So, like, he delegates to people who are supposed to be friends of Santa. Hi, Castleard. What a perfectly normal conversation to enter into. How are you doing? Let's go disappoint a violent nun. She's gonna be mad that I didn't perfectly answer all those questions because I'm really not sure what that third person wanted. I feel like I made my intention clear, and I feel like I had a reasonable expectation of that being something helpful. You wanted to meet the real Santa? You're kind of gonna have to meet him all the way up in the North Pole. He's pretty busy. I mean, certain shenanigans may occur on, like, Christmas Eve, but typically he's not gonna be in a great mood if he gets waylaid from his business, you know? So, like, I would endeavor that if you want to meet him, you go to his proper village, very far up north. Who's that with the nun? Some sort of construction worker? That was definitely, like, the guy's voice line, right? In other words, it ain't your fault, but he'd keep whining like this.
Kill your ass in the name of God!
You know, I thought the Blues Brothers had a weird mantra, but I think the Violent Nun has them beat. Santa lives in Greenland? I hadn't heard that take before. Is that the case, Ice Bunny? Most accounts I'm aware of have him living in the North Pole. So far north that you're not likely to encounter him by anything resembling accident. Who? What was that just now? Back already? Peeping's a bad habit, you know?
So...
says the nun. Habit joke? I don't know. Can't force all the work on you, can I? So I also tried listening to some folks. That's great. That person just now looked really happy. Did they? She just threatened to kill them. Huh? I could see the relief on his face, like all his worries had evaporated. I don't believe that for a second. I mean, we didn't see his face, but, like, that seems very unlikely.
I'm sure.
I think he was happy to have someone so friendly and approachable to talk with. Yuma, did you get hit on the head in one of those transition screens and I missed it?
I knew it.
You're kind of foul-mouthed for a nun, but you're also incredibly kind. Where is this coming from? We've only ever known her to threaten us with violence when we didn't do anything wrong, and then for her to hold us accountable when the priest was like a serial killer. I literally, honest to God, like not like fooling, I don't think we've ever heard her say anything even remotely nice. Not even once, not even like accidentally.
Don't make me kill your ass.
Yeah, that sounds about right. The entrance to Santa's cave is in Greenland. I saw that on the TV Christmas calendar Nieselbound. Is that like a televised advent thing where like you get Santa updates every day, Ice Bunny? I don't think I've heard of it. That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Her face went bright red and she ran off. As long as she's around, I think the church will be just fine. She's compassionate and the locals trust her. We're just lying.
He's talking way too long and none of it sounds true at all.
That's great.
It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we were able to help out. I think we finally divorced fully from reality in a way that's genuinely troubling to me. I got 80 points. So I think you lose 20 points if you give any incorrect input during a quest, which I don't know if that's come up before. You definitely do get penalized, like, DP for making mistakes in this game. It's not a huge penalty, but, like, we have enough data points now to really prove that that's happening. I'm gonna save again in a way that's probably unnecessary. A win-win. Darn. I will go to the only place I can reasonably go to now. We've completed maybe all the side quests ever. Actually, wait, that's a question. If we look at the request book, is it possible to determine how many cases are left in the game? TV show in 24 parts, and every day show one respondent from the 80s. Oh, okay. That sounds fun, Ice Bunny. I was going to look at my requests. I don't remember if there were blank spaces before, so this isn't actually helpful. Anyway, let's go in the tower, I guess.
He should be at the top floor of this tower.
I see it all the time from far away. Kinda think it's an eyesore given how big it is. But seeing it so close confirms it's actually worse than I thought.
You'll love to see that. You know, I kind of always thought it was bad until I got up close, and then I thought it was really, really bad. Look at us both take our raincoats
It was really
off.
easy to get inside. I thought security would be tight around here.
Well, keep in mind that we've been doing legwork all day, as far as I know.
Hi, Yuma. Welcome back. Come on in.
Welcome back?
I've been here once before.
Well, I guess if he says we can go in, let's just do it.
Kurumi Wendy has, like, the cutest voice on Earth. I feel like you could probably die of some kind of cute overdose.
I just planted a melon seedling in the pot.
I really don't know how to interact with this character at all. I mean, just listen. I know some of you are probably multitasking, but I need you to look at what happened the second we stepped into this room. He's doing this. He's lying on the couch like this, and the thing he says to us is, I thought you'd be visiting me right around now. I just planted a melon seedling in the pot. Which, like, that's not, like, a normal... I don't even understand the cause and effect of that statement. Like, you thought my presence would help the melon seedling grow? Like, what? How are those two things even related? Yeah, I think we should probably paint him like one of our French girls, but I don't know how Kurumi Wendy's gonna feel about that. Shinigami will definitely not approve.
We'll have some juicy melons in about 6 months.
Oh, there it is. You know, I gave this game too much credit, and I thought it was just being nonsensical, but there it is. Some real bunker busters, huh? Alright.
Wow, he's just as suspicious as always.
There isn't a single security guard. Don't you think that's kind of careless given the situation?
Nah, I'm like a homunculus or something, so like I can't die or whatever.
Any hired security would likely be spies or hitmen.
Best not to have any security then.
Humans cannot be trusted. I leave security in the care of machines. Naturally, they're made by Amaterasu Corporation.
Naturally, because they make plot devices.
We're only able to enter so easily because I programmed security to let you in.
It's a real good thing you accounted for Kurumi Wendy. It would have been awkward if we stepped foot in the lobby and she got gunned down by, like, a Gatling gun.
I see. Thank you.
Don't be a stranger. We're friends after all.
I don't like the creepy face the mask is making.
I didn't expect you to bring your girlfriend.
I'm from Etheria Academy.
I'm a high schooler, and I'm unclear as to how old my friend is.
Kurumi Wendy, right? I know you. You're the city's only informant.
I feel like that's much more ominous coming from this guy.
I love this city, so I know everything about it. Naturally, since you live here, that includes you. Isn't it obvious?
Really?
Do you really know everything about this city?
It kind of makes you, I don't know, you might call it like an informant?
Of course.
Do you know where the secret lab district is? It's not on my fast travel map.
I'm going to tear
Is this your melon seedling? It sure is.
This is...
Are these melon seeds? So he actually planted some? That's a surprise. I thought for sure he was lying. I think I probably already checked that. I'm already here, huh? Oh, it's the secret room I came from. By secret room, I mean very obvious bedroom.
Yuma, let's ask Mr.
Right.
Okay, hi. Do you know where the secret lab district is?
I heard there's a secret lab somewhere in Kanai Ward.
Wow! You're going there straight out the gates?
Well, do you know about it?
A secret lab, huh? Of course I know about it. I'm the CEO of Amaterasu, after all.
Huh? Really?
Please tell us about it! What is this secret lab?
I just, like, there's something... Either there's gonna be a really good twist or there's gonna be a really bad twist. It doesn't make any sense for the CEO of Amaterasu to, like, provide us secret Amaterasu information. Like, it's just... It's really hard to, like, understand this, because they haven't properly given a motivation where he would be, like, working against the obvious interests of the company.
Where is it, and what's happening there?
And what does it smell like and taste
Now,
like?
now, calm down. While I can listen to 12 people speak at once, I have only one mouth I can answer with.
I have 12 ears and I must listen.
So first, where is that lab, you ask? It's inside Amaterasu headquarters.
Oh my god, I was so right. You gotta give me credit for that one. They're like, ooh, maybe it's like where you wouldn't expect it. I'm like, doesn't that mean it's in Amaterasu headquarters? And he's like, yeah. Idiots.
Huh?
Inside Amaterasu? It's not in the restricted area? That fly! She strung us along on a whim!
Stop it! We have other stuff to worry about now!
What's wrong? Was it so sensible that you didn't expect it? Isn't it rather obvious?
There's even a secret lab button in the elevator. Probably, Castle. We actually put commercials on television. In fact, there isn't any actual television. There's just commercials telling you where the secret lab is. If you turn on any TV at any time of day, that's the only thing broadcasting in Kanai Ward.
Only internal personnel can enter Amaterasu Corporation. It's the most secure place in this city.
So, you could get inside then, right?
Of course. But it's not as suspicious as you might think.
They make slurm in there.
Please tell us more. What is happening in there?
You really want to know about the research that badly?
Yes, I do.
Are you gonna make us play some kind of deadly game?
First, you must tell me the reason behind it. Why do you want to know about this secret lab?
The reason...
I don't think it's smart to disclose that it's a directive from the World Detective Organization. After all, aren't you speaking to the head of Amaterasu Corp?
I know. I'm here to take advantage of him, not the other way around.
You're frowning. What's on your mind? Don't tell me. I have an inkling. Don't worry. I'm on your side. If you're worried about my wordage, then let me put it another way. At the very least, I am not your enemy. In fact, I believe you detectives may be saviors, who shall right all wrongs here in Kanai Ward. That's why I gave you the submarine, after all.
Totally normal sentence. Probably have commercials on TV so they can hire the secret lab technicians. Oh, do you work in the secret lab? Yeah, we all do. Yeah, I would not put it past this game to just fully outright not understand the concept of secret. Squirtles could probably teach them a thing or two.
Right now, I'm trying to investigate Kanai Ward's hidden secrets. I've learned about the immortal monsters known as homunculi. The existence of a secret lab may be related. Could it be that homunculus research is being conducted in that lab? Research on those immortal monsters.
Immortal monsters? Speaking of which, you did ask me what I knew about homunculi. No matter how strange this town may be, no such monsters exist here. It's impossible for that kind of research to be done in Kanai Ward.
We don't have enough philosopher's stones. Or something.
The only ones in this city are the people I love. There are no monsters to be had here.
I would love it if he, like, flippantly listed some, like, really innocuous ingredient that just, like, isn't found in Kanai Ward. Like, tab coal has been banned for decades, so you can't make a homunculus here.
But the resistance leader was certain homunculi exist.
It's true. My grandpa told me that kind of research was being done.
Well, it is true that Amaterasu does many kinds of research. Maybe they appear suspicious to those left uninformed. For example, in regenerative medicine, we conduct research on cell regeneration and develop pharmaceutical drugs.
I would also like it if he was like, for example, we research many ways to make entirely manufactured living creatures who are incapable of dying. But yeah, we don't know anything about homunculi. The research is being done under Kanai Ward. Ah, I see. Technically a loophole, eh, Ditto? Yeah, the files are in the computer.
But I've never heard about creating immortal monsters.
Then, homunculi don't exist?
I can answer your question easily enough. However, you won't be convinced, no matter what I say. So why don't you go and see the answer for yourself?
See the answer? How?
If you come with me, you can get into the secret lab. You could go and see for yourself.
And we can hold hands.
Huh? Are you sure?
Actually, this is great timing. I was already considering inviting you there.
What do you mean?
Well, I can go into more detail at the lab. However, I can only bring one person. I can't keep an eye on a big group. The more people there are, the higher chance you'll be found by the peacekeepers.
Is it bad if they find us?
Yes, because they want to kill you. That won't have changed for any reason.
That area is off limits to non-employees with no exceptions. It's the heart of Amaterasu Corporation, so to speak.
It'd be really funny if Desahiko, like, dressed us up like this guy, so then there was just two of him walking around and we never explained it.
What about me? Can I follow you?
I said only one may enter. I'm fine with it if you wish to go instead of Yuma.
No, I'll go. Please take me to the secret lab.
Yuma.
I too agree you should be the one to go. Going there comes with risking your life. Even though I'm with you, you should be well prepared for that.
Master, you sure it's going to be okay?
Nah, not at all.
But we're slowly inching toward the truth. I can't retreat now.
Does it bother anyone else that we, like, don't really do any detective work in this game? Certainly not in the real world. I mean, like, once we find a corpse, we look for evidence in something vaguely resembling a realistic fashion. But, like, this whole notion that we're supposed to be working towards, like, Kanai Ward's ultimate secret, and whatever the bigger one is, like, the secret that threatens the world, or whatever the heck the bigger one that we haven't heard about in a long time is. Like, basically anytime something new happens, like, someone just shows up in our life and tells us the next step. It's not like we investigate something and, like, as a result of our work we get closer. Just like a new character shows up, they're like, yeah, come to the like, literally a person just shows up and is like, come to the secret lab, you'll learn clues. It's not like we actually did anything to, like, earn that advancement in the case, right? Like, it just feels weird.
That settles it. I have some things to take care of, so let's meet up later. Let's see. How about we meet at the station? You should go and talk to your friends before then. It might be the last time you see them.
The last time?
Which reminds me, I want you to keep that we're visiting the lab a secret from your friends.
A secret to everybody?
I wish to keep things peaceful. We'll go quietly, take a look,
headphones.
Then head back.
Yes. I'll see you later then.
Only have to last a little longer. Generate sound. I hate this stupid cable more than life itself. There we go. My phone will hold it in the position where it's making sound for like a few minutes.
We should go back to the Nocturnal Detective Agency for now.
Yeah.
Romance is in the air.
I genuinely don't understand your motivation at any point.
What?
Like it says, all we do is go around silently killing people whenever they're involved in some kind of mystery. Not sure anything we do is good. Yeah, we might be the baddies. I mean, technically they're doing crimes to begin with, don't get me wrong. But like, yeah.
I love the atmosphere here.
Can't exactly say that we're like definitely the good guys. Because of Kana Ward's unending reign, indoor pets are popular. At the same time, there's an increasing concern of many dogs and cats become feral after being abandoned by irresponsible owners. That's not a fun fact. Vivia's garments. There are just bandage-like wrappings beneath. You can see the rest of that, but that seems to be the important part, as we all know. Should probably just, like... warp there? What is labeled as new? Marunamon District? What changed in Marunamon District? Which I can't go to directly by bus. Is this the way I want to go?
To the agency.
I just want to know why something was marked as new on the map. Because it is not clear to me why that was true. It wouldn't be accurate to call Vivia's garments clothing. Is the end of that observation. So is there something in this area? Did it have the new marker before and it's just to indicate the fact that it changed since we were last here and it was all flooded? Whatever, I'll just leave it. Does that mean mummies are naked? No, well, I mean, I guess that's all depends on your definition. I think what it's saying is, like, you wouldn't call those bandages clothes, but they cover the mummy, right? I feel like that's what they're saying about Vivia, anyway. Boop. Basically a scantily clad mummy. Yeah, he's like a sexy vampire mummy. Which is like, that's gotta have been on Vampire Diaries at least twice. Oh look, it's a sad dog abandoned by its owners. That's not a fun fact. Alright everybody, I'm going on a suicide mission. Catch you for dinner, or maybe never. Oh, hang on. Is this new?
Yeah.
So the secret lab we're searching for is an Amaterasu headquarters. I have a bad feeling about this, Master. 10 points. Amaterasu's latest products. A drone car that will autonomously deliver you from departure to tomorrow. A Meno Torifune.
Chief, I'm back.
Hmm? Oh.
Was that a letter?
I don't think he's happy to see me. Was that a letter from... number one?
I guess even fuzzheads have pen pals.
His hair has nothing to do with the letter.
You don't know that. Could be a letter from his stylist.
There's still some time before the meetup. Maybe now's a good time for goodbyes and farewells to Fuzzhead and the Flatty.
Hey, Kurumi One, you want to check out the shower room?
Hmm?
No.
I don't actually think there's anything in here that I can still get points from after all this time.
You
Anything interesting to say?
No. Forget it. It's nothing.
Kurumi.
How old am I?
How's the investigation going? Seeing your gloomy face, I guess I shouldn't have to ask. There's
It's
no
all a
need
matter
to
of
rush it.
perspective.
And good job, Kurumi. Now that you're here, why don't you make yourself at home?
Good job for what? I'm not saying she did a bad job, but like, why say that?
Thank you. If you don't mind.
That felt weird somehow.
It might be the last time you see them.
The last time. I'm about to go someplace very dangerous. After all, it's a secret lab inside of Amaterasu Corporation. Chief Yako helped me so much, and now I might not ever see him again.
What's wrong, Yuma? You look awfully tired. Hey, you
Not
better
enough
not
meat
have gotten
buns.
mixed up in some strange trouble again, got it?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just always gonna happen. I am sort of the protagonist. Occupational hazard.
No, that's not it.
This is the maybe a Twilight description. Makes her think he heard of the tall vampire lady from Resident Evil and just misunderstood the assignment.
You sure? Oh, alright. You made the same face when we first met at the Amaterasu Express. Things were completely crazy back then. Frankly, I'm surprised you even survived.
I don't know why this grabbed my attention. I think I'm just covering it. Look like right at the bottom of where my face is. Got it? I don't know if you can make that out. But like one of the newspaper clippings has the headline, "On Bamboo Poles." Almost nothing else here is properly legible, but just for some reason, "On Bamboo Poles."
Thank you for everything.
So, did you get any of your memories back since then?
No, not at all.
I see. Well, don't worry about it. You can live without your past memories.
It occurs to me now, I don't actually know if Kurumi Wendy knows anything about the amnesia.
Sometimes you're better off forgetting them altogether.
Is your past like that, Chief Yako?
Joke probably works better in British because you say mummy instead of mommy. That is true. Although I appreciate the description works better in British. Feels like a thing I would say that would probably come across derogatory, so I'd mostly only say it about speaking American, which is obviously an insult in and of itself.
Yeah, most of it. Things I want to forget, things that I can't forget.
Right. I have zero interest in Fushead's past.
But it's the latter.
I was wondering, do you have some kind of forte?
Huh? Me? I don't got a forte at all. I'm no master detective, just a regular one.
I'm what's called a disappointing detective.
I trained at the WDO when I was younger, but I never managed to attain my own forte. But to be clear, that's the norm. Halara and Fubuki are pretty exceptional. My colleagues who couldn't become master detectives gave up on their entire detective careers.
You never gave up?
It's my pride as a failure. And besides, there's something I want to protect in this town.
Your hair salon.
What's
yeah?
that?
Oh, is it a lover?
You're fairly close, but that's not exactly it.
Does he have like a secret daughter or something?
To me, this town is my life. My bitter past, my fun memories, they're all right here. I just wanted to protect the happiness I found within arm's reach. But it wasn't easy. It was too much for me to handle on my own. And as a result, I lost everything. I was an empty shell until you all came along.
Okay, that's definitely not the entire story.
Please, help me save this city.
So that's what he was feeling when he said that.
I just need to be clear. I need you. It's important to me, Yuma, that you understand that's not the whole story. He's like, I used to have something of importance here. Yada, yada, yada. My life is ruined. Like, nah, you didn't actually answer the question in any meaningful way.
I think I finally understand the weight of those words. I wonder how much the chief has lost in this place. Compared to that, my memories seem insignificant.
Anyway, what I'm trying to say is...
Wait, that's a ridiculous thing to say. If you don't have your memories could be of exactly this. You could literally have memories of exactly the thing that he's describing. Not even like a very similar situation. It's vaguely possible that you would have exactly those same memories. It's absurd to say that your memories aren't as important as his troubled past. That's like how past works.
A detective grows stronger the more he is lost. In that sense, you have a lot of potential, Yuma.
No, I'm just...
Hang on.
Just like a
Don't get
guy.
me wrong here. I'm worried day and night you'll get us dragged into even more trouble.
Sorry.
Please don't get in over your head.
That's just gonna keep happening. The sooner you make peace with that, the better off we all probably are. Probably. Hi, Kurumi Wendy.
I may be overstepping my bounds by saying I'm worried about you.
No, it's okay.
Wow, it's even more romantic now.
That's not even...
No, that's like definitely what we're doing, to be clear. May I read your letter or something?
Huh? What's wrong?
Nothing at all.
Hey, come on. If something's bothering you, talk to me about it, okay? I'm still chief of the detective agency that's overseeing you.
Understood. Thank you.
Even if you wanted to, there's nothing you can say to him now. Especially after he told you to stay out of trouble.
I'm sorry, Chief.
Me getting just myself killed isn't trouble for the agency, necessarily.
Master, I think it's time.
Yeah. Chief Yako?
What's up?
I've just remembered something, so can I go investigate it?
Right now? Why don't you wait until tomorrow?
Yes, I gotta check it right now. I'm sorry, but I have to go.
Hey!
Why ask permission if we're just gonna leave?
Hold on! Kurumi too? What's going on?
She doesn't even work for you, bro. Oh, hey, Vivi, I forgot that you just live in the fireplace.
Oh, you scared me! Vivia, were you there the whole time?
The voice talent in this game is really good. I mean, not all of the writing is good. But, like, the voice acting, and for the most part, the voice directing are, like, just top-notch. Like, really, really top-tier stuff. I love, like, Yago, the voice actor playing Yago is just, like, excellent at, like, startled panic. Just, like, no one beats this guy.
Oh, Chief. Good morning.
Good morning. Do you even know what time it is?
I don't. It rains all the time.
Where did he go?
You mean Yuma? He ran out, saying there's something he wants to investigate.
I see. Like a thunderbolt in spring, the pale blue blink in the far-off night sky.
Sure. Yeah.
Soon, a storm will arrive.
Huh?
He is dangerous.
What did you say?
What did you say?
Oh, it's nothing. I just want to stay asleep.
Oh, a different spin on an old classic. I appreciate it.
I want to die someday.
There it is. Actor says Yago seems to get most of the fun lines. Wasn't he the one who had the fun reaction to the first person coming back to life? Yes. Yes, that was very good as well. I forget exactly what the wording was, but it's something just like, he came back to life!
Wait, you're going back to sleep? You've got to be kidding me.
Secret daughter! Shinigami's emotional state, not only can horns and a tail sprout out, but her entire body's something.
Yuma! Please come back safely. Take care.
It makes me worried how she said that so solemnly. I feel like a soldier going to war.
I mean, it's the same thing. Hey, this could be even worse than the battlefield.
Nice.
We should head to Kanai Station and meet up with Makoto.
Can I fast travel to there? I'm assuming I can't, but I didn't actually bother to check. It says, I say this to everyone who criticizes me for saying good morning when I wake up. Sun is sun! That's true. Have you tried just saying, like, good day? Maybe people wouldn't get upset about that, because sun is day, right? Sad boating noise. About Dr. Fleiska. That's incredibly weird, but I assume we'll meet that character soon. It says they walk around the lab barefoot because they feel like the time spent putting on shoes and socks would be better spent on science. I guess?
Maybe he's
You might be
waiting
inside.
in a car. Let's check around the roundabout area.
Maybe he's in that car.
I gotta tell you, this sort of mini quest or whatever the heck you want to call this kind of works a lot better when there's like stuff in the world and not just like one total car in the game. Okay, let's not do that. Let us save. And I feel like whatever subsequent cutscenes will be a good place to pick up after Thanksgiving. Yeah. Let's go to home. Smartwatches has a Simpsons for the Holiday collection. Really? Most parts of that sentence are surprising to me, Ice Bunny. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty safe to say that there's a low expected value from the side quests, and maybe that's an indicator that I shouldn't be doing all of them. But I don't know. I think that was pretty fun for a relatively slow-paced, low-stakes segment of the game. We did have some good cutscenes at the start, which I think we saved it a pretty good spot there, and I think that we'll be in a good position to pick up a couple weeks from now. Man, end of the year really is coming, huh? Yeah, it should be interesting to see what Vivia contributes. It's interesting that he's decided that, like, we're his enemy, and I don't know at what point that will change, but he's very suspicious of us because it seems like he can see Shinigami. There's something weird to me about the fact that, like, in the last case, there was a moment where they did, like, a gag where, like, it seemed like Fubuki knew that we were talking to a spirit, but then she was just, like, baffled by the concept of, like, a radio transmitter. Like a smartwatch, basically. So, like, it feels a little weird to me that they did that, but then, like, later actually had a different character for real do that. I feel like you do one or the other. It feels weird to me to see both. Can you see Shinigami? It's not confirmed, but, like, there was a cutscene at the start of the stream where, like, she was just, like, floating over Yuma's shoulder, and she, like, looks at the fireplace where Vivia's, like, laying reading. And she kind of starts looking nervous and shifts around, and his eyes are following her. So it's, like, pretty strongly implied that that's true. And that goes with something from a cutscene at the end of last week where, like, she started to say something about him being dangerous and, like, stopped herself from elaborating or something like that, which, like, presumably is linked to the same idea. Is it not nice that 2023 is done soon? I mean, like, 2023 has been the best year for me since, like, 2019, which is sad. In its own way. But also just, like, as much as I love the holiday season, there's certain unavoidable stresses to that. Not sure that I am prepared for those. This feels like it will be a particularly challenging year for that. And if I had any idea how to do that, then I wouldn't have as much anxiety about that. But it just feels like time is passing really quickly. You know, like some sort of ghost trick. Anyway, you know, this game continues to deliver what it is. Some really high peaks of brilliant anime absurdity, rounded out by absolutely mind-boggling stupidity, cemented together with, like, really banal tedium. So, you know, I guess in many ways, it is a Japanese-produced visual novel. But I'm looking forward to this Vivia case, as I know many of you are. I think we'll be in a really good position to just, like, hit the ground running, having saved, like, just before the fulcrum point where we should get, like, plot-related cutscenes or whatever. And that will be 2 weeks from tonight, because next weekend will be Black Friday / follow-up after Thanksgiving. And so that is typically family time. Tomorrow we'll be playing a little bit more of Chance of Shinar, Chance of Senar, that I always want to put an H in. Secret H. Shh. I don't know. It seems to me that everyone who watched that enjoyed it as much as I did, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. If you haven't already checked it out, it's worth looking into. Really fun, interesting puzzle game. Haven't really seen anything like it, generally at all, but not even something similar for quite some time. It's really exciting to me, and I'm really looking forward to playing more tomorrow, and probably also following the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. But of course, for now, to conclude this stream, we must locate the secret Squirtle, because somewhere on the couch behind me, I have hidden a Squirtle. If you are able to locate it, then it will be an omen of good luck for you in the coming days. I'm going to have some of this 100% juice apple, and I guess just because I can, remind you that we have added a new sound effect.
He's talking way too long, and none of it sounds true at all.
It really just, it works for everything. It's just like Guile's theme. Stupid cable. I gotta find a better solution for this garbage. Although, frankly, I probably don't need it for... What's happening? Demolition, thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs. I don't know what the occasion is. Thank you. Thank you, kind. Have one of these. And also, wait for it, one of these. And it occurs to me that I either don't know or don't remember what happens if I do these back to back. Does one just cut the other one off? No, it's just chaos. That's good. That's probably how that should work. Thank you very much, Demolition. Of course, no need to do that. Your generosity is always appreciated, never expected. It's nice just to have folks hang out, and hopefully people are enjoying this game and are looking forward to more Chance of Sinar. We left off in the mural room. I feel like we're on the verge of a big discovery there too.
My mom.
Alright, let me gather some guesses. Let me know if you have an idea where you think the secret Squirtle might be.
He's talking
Neko said behind Queen Naomi. Ice Bunny said Captain Squidward. Castle Ark said behind the pirate. Very good, very good. And I am indeed talking way too long. And none of it sounds true at all. Alright, where to start? Let's go over here. Here's our squid friend, Captain Squidbeard. I don't think I can get Drifloon to balance. I'm not even sure I can get him to balance. He had a little Drifloon on his head. Uh-huh. Hiding back there and slowly being consumed by our squid pirate was everyone's favorite banana man. By which I mean, I don't think that there's a competitor for that position. I think he remains uncontested. Just behind our pirate friend. And she was hanging out with a fellow crab with a tiny pirate hat on to show his enthusiasm. Our good buddy Carlos. And of course on her hat was little Carlos. He's so small. I had a guess behind the glorious Queen Naomi. He's concealing, among other things, our little porky pirate friend. Many good pirate dress-ups. But alas, none of those have yielded a Squirtle. Allow me to show you where you might find a Squirtle. Squirtle that you sought is here, under the poo pile. There is your secret Squirtle. Look at all the poo. Look at all the poo! I guess she made a little pirate hat for her snake crew. That's great. Do your snakes like wearing hats? I don't know if that's a stupid question, but I also don't know what type of response to expect from that. Poor Squirtle covered in poo. Sometimes it happens. Anyway, thanks to everybody for playing along. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. And I hope to see you again soon. Everybody who joined and came out, really appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow. We will not be streaming normally next weekend, but we'll be back the week after. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and remember that you are clawsome.